Hello, and it's live. It says, this is definitely going to be quick. Again, I don't want to do a video, then go for all the hassle of uploading it. So I'd rather just do a live, and this is just to really just put out the screen at the front, and then you can read that. I don't really need to say much. I might at some point put some music links on there with regard to how things were, how things are, how things are going to be going forward. Hi, NFJ and Tim and Hercules. Where did that come from? How are you? How are you three? That was quick. I only see two in the display, and there's three people there. That's not bad. Weird, but not bad. I hope you're all well. So there's a lot going on around the world, from Philippines to America, here, UK. There's so much. Doing good, staying busy. Cool. Are you still traveling, doing stuff, looking, searching, or just busy at home? Is that what you're saying? Because weather's good now, or, well, is here. I don't know about, in America. They have lots of different climates for different parts of the country, I suppose. So maybe some of it's not travelable. That is such a word as travelable. But yeah, there's a lot going on. There's certainly a lot happening. So the reason I go live most of the time as well is, apart from not wanting to do a video then upload it, is people people want to know how what they're doing is like working or not working, as the case may be. And somebody woke up thinking, why did I do that? Because it obviously didn't work, and they just feel worse now than they did before, and they didn't have the energy in the first place to do what they were doing. So I keep telling people to stop, basically not do stuff, because it's going to make them worse. I know there's someone out there who thinks, well, it can't get any worse, and I've got nothing left to lose, and blah blah blah. But yes, you have. Absolutely, you have. But like I say, it doesn't. I say I don't care. I care because I don't want to see people get hurt, but I don't care because it's your decision. Like, you can do whatever you want, and if you think that you've got nothing left to lose, and even though you haven't got the money and the whatever to do whatever it is you want to do, you certainly have more to lose. People still thinking in this 3D matrix and thinking in a 3D matrix way. And Forrest said, my mind stayed 13. And unfortunately, some of these entities, they are a bit immature, and they don't have the experience to think a little bit differently, to see the bigger picture. And trust me, the bigger picture has been seen. And people are going to be finding out that that's the case. And this is, for me, this is weird. I came in to try and help people, and people see me as the villain, and I certainly am not the villain. I'm not the villain. And and I don't want to see myself as the victim, because I'm not. I don't give a shit. But there are people out there who need to take responsibility for what they've done, and need to understand that, listen, this is important, please listen. You are not attacking me. You are not attacking me. You are attacking the Most High God. That's who you are attacking. Like, you are not trying to be a human being. Wake up. Wake up. You are not trying to beat a human being. That is why it's not working. I don't know how many times I can tell you. I'm trying to save you everything that's happened to you. Months ago now, down to the last few weeks, down to the last few days, trying to stop your suffering. That's what I've been trying to do. Because you think, not me, 144,000 people, however many people you've done this to, whatever Ponzi scheme, whatever all the bullshit is that you're doing, it doesn't work. Because the Most High God doesn't want it to work. The being that created everything doesn't want it to work. Whilst you think that you're attacking a human being entity, whilst you think you're attacking a human being, you may be attacking a human being, but that human being is protected by everything, including the demons that you're trying to summon. Including the demons that you're trying to summon. Including the devil. Including the fairies. Including dragons. Including aliens. Including everything. They're the ones that are protecting those that you're attacking. That's why it's not working. And that's why you are suffering. Because everything that you're dredging up, everything that you're paying for, everything that you're trying to do is going back to you. Everything. The death magic, the heart attacks, the strokes, the voodoo dolls, everything. Love spells, whatever it is that you're trying to do, moon magic, graveyard magic. Everything is known. It doesn't matter. Listen, if I didn't know a single thing, if I spent my time with my ears closed and my eyes closed, you would never, ever, 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 ever be able to get to me. And I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. The Most High God would know, and he would protect me, and I would feel these things that are going on, but I don't have to do anything. None of us have to do anything. The reason you're feeling the things that you are feeling is because you sent it out and you got it back. The reason you're feeling it is because someone said, enough's enough. Enough is enough. I heard that and had that said to me, enough. And now I'm saying it to you, enough. Nobody that you are terrorizing, that you are brutalizing, that you are affecting is going to be hurt by you anymore. And you are supposed to stop, you're supposed to stand down, and you're not. And so, listen. Please listen. The reason that you're getting what you're getting is because you put it out there. And now, because you refuse to stop after the Most High God has warned you, and you're not listening, then things will get worse for you. And they're getting worse because now, all those demons, all those entities, whatever it is, I don't care. They're coming for you, including the people that you hired to do the magic, because you're not even paying them. And you want to pay, you want to get these people, you still want to do it, you haven't learned, you still want to do it. Now, if I was a nasty person, I'd offer to give you the money. I'd give you the money so you could go to these people and attack yourself again. If I was a horrible person. That's how confident I am that what you're doing won't affect nobody, not just me, no one. It won't affect anyone. because they are all protected. All the light codes, all this, whatever stuff that, these people know about, it's all out there. And they are stopping you, because you've got no money, you're running away in a camper van, blah, 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 whatever it is, the couple that's doing all of this, whatever. It's all being stopped. You have no power. You have no money. And those of you with money who want to get involved, who are dragged in by these people, you'll end up losing that money. It will be taken away from you. Not by me. I don't care. It may end up being given to me as recompense or reward or whatever it is. But you're giving it away. You are giving it away. Your life is crap because you are giving it away. It's not working. The money, the time, everything that you spent trying to destroy people has been taken from you because you gave it away. And the more you do it, the more gets taken from you until you have nothing. And then you blame me, or you blame them, or you blame someone or something other than looking in the mirror and going, hang on a minute. It all happened because I'm a greedy little so-and-so who wanted something that wasn't mine, who wanted to live a life that wasn't mine, and I wanted to take it off someone. And now they don't want me to have it because it's theirs. I'm going to get upset with them. That's crazy. And you know it is. No matter how young your mind is. That's crazy. I'm telling you for the last time, really for the last time, this is the last warning. And it is a warning. You are under heavy judgment because you wouldn't stop, because you're bringing in other people, because you're spending more money, because you're doing more things, because you're trying to get away from what it is that you're doing wrong and you're not listening. So now, the big guns come in. But they're your big guns. They're the guns that you brought out into this world to try and hurt people. The reason why you're suffering is because you brought it into the world. The reason why you're going to suffer more is because you brought more into the world. Now, you worry about a twin flame, you haven't seen anything yet. When you see these things walk through the door, walk through the walls, and they come at you, that's what you bought. That's what you bought. When you see them shadows, when you see it all, that's what you bought. Now, you know that I tell you the truth. I'm just telling you the truth. And everything that I say happened, is happening, will happen. It will happen. And I don't say it to be clever. And I don't say it to be a bastard. I say it because it's true. And I say it to warn you so you don't have to go through it. But I am not, repeat, not going to stop any of it happening. I'm not. Because I offered you love and friendship, and you offered me death magic. And there are people out there that say they love me and they want me dead. What? That's crazy. Crazy. I know everything that you are thinking, that you are planning to do to try and save yourselves. I know the lies that you're prepared to tell to try and save yourself. I know the people that you're dressing up to try and fool people to save yourselves. I know about the cloning. I know about all of the AI stuff. I know about all of the flipping drones and weather manipulation and whatever it is, wherever it is in the world, whatever it is that was done for the last 6,000 years, all the way to now, and all the way into the future. Are you listening? You could have saved yourselves, and you didn't. I could have saved you, and you didn't want me to. And here's the difference. I could have saved you. Now, could have being the operative words, because now I don't want to. I don't want to, because you only want saving. You only want saving because you still want to kill me. You still want to take the money. You still want to be the vicious little twats that you've always been. Which means if I could save you and I gave you what it is that you need, you carry on doing what you've been doing. Where's the incentive in that? Hey Richard, how you doing? What will make this happen? Why all the delays? They're still trying to delay the union, but again, it's already planned. Everything that's supposed to happen will happen as it's supposed to happen. So there, it could all end in one nasty mess. It's going to be a nasty mess anyway, but it's like even more nasty. So in order to protect those people, I don't want no one to suffer. No one. Not good people, not bad people. So this has to be done properly, and this has to be done fairly, and this has to be done surgically, as it were. And at some point, that will stop because they will go too far. And the collateral damage that is expected will have to take place. But it won't be as much as if it happened 2 months ago. So, and plus, when the change happens, there has to be the infrastructure in place to have the least upheaval. Because this 3D matrix is bullshit, as I keep saying. And we have to go from bullshit to the reality. As it was, so shall it be. So as it was thousands of years ago, that's how it will be. So everything that we believe is bullshit, which means everything that we're going to learn is something new, which means everything that we have has to be thrown away, and everything that needs to be learned has to be brought in. And there has to be people that have to do that teaching, have to learn, have to understand. So, you can't just rip or break the CD, the DVD. You can't just break the DVD and stop the film. The film has to play out. And then the sequel has to come in. You can't just, because you don't like the film, the ending of the film, just break the DVD and say, oh, I don't like the ending, snap. So you have to let it play out. You have to let it play out. You have to let it play out because there's a new world coming. There's a new way of living coming, which people don't want to see happen because it means that their world, the world that they created, the brutalizing and whatever, their domination, whatever you want to call it, their power-hungry ways, whatever it is, however you want to see that when it comes about, that's going to have to stop. Now, they could have offered that up, like, look to God, admit, what they did, seek God's forgiveness, not mine or the 144,000, but her forgiven mum, and done the right thing and had some sort of opportunity to be at the place where they were, but without all of this, I don't know what to call it, not good anyway. So, and they didn't, and they're still not, and they still haven't offered up the information that they're supposed to, and there's still the Pope that came in, and still Russia and Ukraine, and still all this bull that's going on. And the governments know that there's a power that is infiltrating, is that the word, their system, and that's just going to get worse and worse until they come to the realization that the world will change. And that's what the delay is. Sorry, that was a long answer, but that's what it is. Nice haircut. Well, I've only got one, so just cut that one. Great things happening in Colorado. Ooh, I thought bad things were happening in Colorado. You must be in a different part of Colorado. Oh, and Ohio. Someone in Ohio, I think. I know you're there, Richard, but somebody wants me to shut up, but that ain't going to happen. So, I hope all of you are doing well. Dark matters. And dark matter. Dark matter is important. Yeah, the hard part is, if you want to take over, if you want to conquer a world, you don't give a shit about how it happens. You just go and do it, and you don't care about, who gets hurt in the process. But when you want to restore creation, then you have to be careful how you do it, because everything is creation. Everything, everyone, every being has been created, and you can't just say, well, we're just going to get rid of these because they're bad. The problem with the way things have happened is people have been manipulated. That's the hard part about it. If it was just a whole load of evil entities who just did this and didn't care, then they would be, like I said about the Google Earth, picked up, taken out, and brushed away. But in with this evil entities that jump in and out of bodies who think they're going to carry on doing that, which they won't. One in particular, there are people who've been manipulated who may be seen by some to be evil, but they're not. They've just been covered in someone else's sin, or manipulated to the point where they've done things and didn't realize, or basically lied to, or whatever it is, however it is. And those people can't be put in the same bracket as those that are just, I don't know, there isn't a word for them. There isn't a word for them that is fitting, because thousands of years of, I don't know, just not good. Not good. Everything is not what it seems. Everything is not what it seems. Some of it is what it seems. I won't go as far as say nothing is as it seems, but some of it is as it seems, and some of it is not what it seems. But I'm all, I don't know what that means. Corn on the cob. What that means. Methylene Blue says Bill Gorman, Breaking Bad. Man, nipple late. I don't know what that is. You start to sound like Dilla Dentonville. Man nipple late. What does that mean? Trusted, what's up today? Clouds, they're up. Birds, they go up. Balloons, they go up. I don't know. Other stuff goes up, but I'm not going to mention that. How you doing, sir? Is everything good in your world? You still gardening? Let the sun come into your life. Bring out the sun. Yeah, the world we had long time ago is a lot different than the world that we exist in now. And the understanding of life is a lot different than what we have now. And we were led to believe that Lilith and Mary Magdalene, were certain types of feminine, and that's not the truth. Sorry to say. Well, I'm not sorry to say. I'm happy to say it's not the truth. And that will be found out. And they will be, I don't know, happy, I suppose, that their truth will be known and they will be able to live again, I suppose. In fact, there are a lot of people that will be able to live again. And women will be treated with the respect they deserve. And I'm not a feminist as such, but maybe I have a divine feminine in me and a divine masculine in me. But as I said, about Mother's Day, the feminine in any, and most, whether it be animals, sea creatures, whatever, they're what makes the world go round. Without them, things are tough. And these people, they don't appreciate the woman, the feminine, especially divine feminines. They do appreciate them when they can use them, but they don't want anything to do with them. And they're going to suffer for that. And, I'm not going to shed any tears over that. I did. I shed loads of tears. Not even recently. I've been through another tower, so thanks for that. Each time it just makes me stronger. I don't think you realise that there's going to come a time where pain isn't what's going to make you stronger, where fear isn't what's going to be, the daily routine for people. It's going to be love. It's going to be happiness. It's going to be, friendship. That's the world that we're going to be living in. Not this one that we're living at the moment. And it will take time. Like overnight, I said before, it's like 15 years. So I'm thinking by the end of the 15 years, we will be thankful. Well, we should be thankful anyway, grateful of the place that we live. So you should be thankful and grateful now for what's happened because it makes you the person you are. But you shouldn't need to be that person in the future. You shouldn't need to suffer the trials and tribulations in order to fight I would say hidden enemy, because they think they're hidden, but they're not hidden. They're not hidden. So to most people, they're the hidden enemy, but they're not hidden. They think they are, but they're not. So to everyone else, the hidden enemy thought they were getting away with everything, and they were, up to a point. But Forrest said, I bought some new rope out of respect. I wouldn't say it was out of respect, but they had some rope. They were given rope. Absolutely, they were given rope. And, they're going to hang themselves with it. And that's just the way that it is. New rope, old rope, it doesn't matter. And as I've said, they were the indulgence. The lure, the lure of the 144,000 or whatever is what they indulged in. And they thought that was the treasure, and they thought they were rich, and they thought they were famous, and they thought they were beautiful, and they thought that they created all of this stuff and done all of these things where, they hadn't. It was on the back of others. And now they're going to lose it, and they don't want to lose it, but it's not. They know it's not theirs, even though they don't want to admit it. No, it's not theirs. And they know all of the things that they did in order to get what they were getting, what they indulged in, how they lived, how they partied, and all of the evil stuff they did to get that. So those people, going forward, will be found out, not found out, shown out. That's what I'm getting. So they will be shown out. They will be humiliated, which is what they've been doing. They've been humiliating people, doing humiliation rituals, marrying people, taking the inheritance, killing them off, making them take themselves out, all of these things. And they're going to start feeling some of those things. They're going to live the life that they've given to other people for thousands of years. And I don't know how long they'll live in that way. That depends on them. And all they had to do, makes me laugh. All they had to do is seek God, ask for forgiveness, find who they are, understand what they did, suffer those feelings that people have when they do wrong to other people, and walk in those divine footprints. Now, they might hate that, or, don't believe in God, or whatever it is that they want to say, but that's a lot easier than what they're going to go through. And at some point, however long it takes, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, next lifetime, whatever, at some point, they'll realize their life won't change until they admit that. Told you already. You're just in a movie or a video game, and someone's controlling everything. Okay, I don't know if you know The Last of Us, that video game. You play the game, then you get a cut scene, and the people talk. Like, for the most part of it, you're controlling the game. But then you get a scene where it just plays out. Animation, whatever it is, plays out like a movie. And those characters that you've been controlling start talking for themselves. Now, if that was you talking for yourself, you'd think, oh, I'm talking for myself, and these are the words that I'm thinking, that I'm saying to this other character, blah, 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 however it is. And then it goes back to the game, and they start playing the game. And that's all of it's really just being controlled by whoever created that game. They're being controlled when you're playing the gameplay, and they're being controlled in the movie scene. Still being controlled. And yet in the movie scene bit, they come up with talking and all these things. And for us, we think it's us. And it's not. It's whatever's inside us. This one consciousness, Christ consciousness, whatever it is. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you understand that we're all connected. We're all connected by the thing that created us. The Most High God that created us, however you want to see that. Like, if you want, even for me, I can see it as some person sitting on a futuristic TV screen and controlling everything. but with his mind. And we're all in his mind. All of us are in his mind. His mind is controlling everything. And the reason he knows everything is because he's thinking it, or she's thinking it. Whoever it is, it doesn't matter. So we're just wirelessly connected to this person who's watching this unfold, wherever he is, wherever they are, whatever it is, doesn't matter. And we think that we're doing everything that we're doing, and basically someone is having a dream or whatever it is and seeing us doing all these things, and we think we're alive and we think we're doing it, but we're just bags of water or bags of meat or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. What matters is we don't control it the way that we think we control it. And we are better at controlling it if we don't control it. If we let the thing inside us control it, like we have a better life. The soul, whatever it is, the Christ consciousness, God, whatever you want to believe, I don't give a shit. But we'll have a better life if they control our reality than if these evil sons of bitches control our reality. And that's how I see it. Rah, rah. Oh, I like rah. All's well gardening is going forward. I'm taking a coffee break from digging. As long as you don't break your back digging, you're okay. Going the distance. Oh, I don't know what that is. Is that DB Cooper floating down there? In my next life, I'm hoping for farming. You can have it in this life, trusted. You don't need to wait for your next life. You can have it in this life. You just have to go through the. Oh, I don't know. They like all these people have different ways of doing stuff. So there must be the real way of doing it. I don't give a shit. I just know what I know, and that's enough for me to do what I'm doing. But you have those people who are manifestors who will write it down so many times and do this and do that and do the other. Then you have the like real spiritualists that talk about the chakra and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. But it all evolves around you have to believe. You have to have faith. Now, people talk about God. These other people just talk about manifesting, if you believe this, blah, 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 and this will come into your life because you believe it and you say it so many times, or you go to sleep and you think of this. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But it all evolves around. I can't see my hands. Here. What's in here? All evolves around what's in here. How you think. Not what's down there. What's in here. And what you believe and how much faith you have. If you have enough faith and you do the right things, say the right things, believe the right things, don't go around saying that the world, well, I say those things sometimes, but don't try and talk yourself down, talk yourself up, talk everybody up. Like someone else's gain is your gain. If everybody's happy, if everybody's happy, guess what? You're going to be happy. If everybody's miserable, guess what? You're going to be miserable because they're going to do things that are going to make you miserable. And the people that are happy are going to do things that are going to make you happy. And the people that are wealthy are going to do things that are going to make you happy. And the people that are full of love are going to do things that are going to make you happy. But those people that are miserable, those people that are poor, those people that are envious, they're going to do things that are going to make you sad. Because those feelings make them feel a certain way. And I don't like people. Like those people that hate me. They feel a certain way because I want the world to be a certain way. And they don't. They don't. But the average person, the normal human being, just wants to have an easy life. Easy life. A bit like Jackie Kennedy. She was easy. Just want an easy life. Just want to be friendly. Just want to be loving. Just want to be kind. Just want to be courteous. Just want that sort of life. That's it. And that's quite possible. That's quite possible. Now, I don't give a shit if you believe that God is a grey, bearded old man or not. I don't care. And I don't give a shit if you don't believe in God at all. I don't care. And I don't believe if you believe in the Quran, the Bible, the Tao, the Veda, whatever it is, I don't care. Because all of it is here. All of it is here. And here. That's it. That's it. And it doesn't have to be a religion. It just has to be truth. It just has to be the truth. The truth about you, finding out about you, know thyself. You're halfway there, metaphorically speaking. Once you know yourself, you know God. Because you are fucking God. You are God. You are God. Not the Most High God. Not the person behind the screen that's making you do all this stuff. The person whose brain's controlling all this. Not that God. Just a God. Bit like Zeus, Thor, Jupiter, Venus, Mars. Those gods. Bit like them. And those gods, not who you are, so you can make them think you are. Those gods were different gods. Like Zeus and Jupiter was the same god, but for different people. Horus, Osiris, Isis, Ra. What's going on? Like you just get told the same story. It's like watching, I don't know, you watch different programs than me. I don't know. But you watch a program, you get used, cheers probably. You watch a program, you get used to certain people, and then a person leaves, another person comes in his place or her place, and it's not the same. And if you've watched it for 10, 15 years, however long it went, if you're a young person, you only know the people that came in later on. You don't know the people that came in at the beginning. So for you, cheers evolves around these people. But you still have the main character, like Ted Danson or whoever it was, I can't remember. You have the main characters, but then other characters that came in weren't there at the beginning. So to those people that came in years down the line, they only know these characters, and they're the characters. Imagine they're the gods. They're the characters that they call the gods. Whereas for you, who was in it at the beginning, who then stopped watching it, will believe that those first characters were the gods. So as we go through, we have these gods, and at some point, someone came along and went, "No, we don't want gods. In fact, we don't want them as gods. We want to be the gods." So they did something not too good. And they became their version of gods by treating humans as, well, whatever I want to say, but not very good. Yeah, well, we'll need to watch Trusty because he might have Adam and Eve hidden away in there, in that garden. And the snake. Which head do you think with? I don't think. Later, folks, got to run. Have a great week. Well, I'm not going to run with you because I don't run. But yeah. Thanks for popping in, Tim. You be careful. Have a good time. Life is a joke. Just look at all the jokers around you. You'll upset my ancestors. My ancestors aren't a joke. It's going forward, Tim. I'm at filling raised beds for planting tomatoes or tomatoes. I got 6 4x8 planters to fill. Then a 2x42 or 42 row for pole beans and much more after that. Trust what I could do with you in my garden, mate. But I'm not like vegetable person. But I just need someone to like lock the trees and shrubs or whatever you call them. You know, trim the bushes back and those sort of things. Because I can't bother to do it myself. Be like God. Make everybody else imaginary figments. They were not gods, just personalities. Well, like I say, it doesn't matter, does it? they were personalities who had a power of the mind, and they were able to do things that other people weren't able to do, which is why Mary spent a lot of time with Jesus, because Mary listened to Jesus and she was able to do some of the things that Jesus told her about, because he was smart and so was she. A bit like Forrest's mum and dad. They were smart and clever. Cheers, Mr. Frank. How are you? Are you drinking, or are you just saying hello or goodbye or cheers? Cheers is normally cheers. Cheers is normally bye, but hello, hello. How are you doing? Somebody else from Ohio. What's going on? Everybody's from Ohio. Oh, and like I said, I don't think. Well, I know I won't be able to be quiet. So whoever is in Ohio, I can't be quiet. Aloha. Ah, aloha from Hawaii. I was listening to that today, Mr. Elvis Presley. I shall be putting some videos out about Elvis. So My Way is one of them. I put them out before, I think. Where else gone? Oh, Have a Dream. The Impossible Dream. Just a few. I don't know. They're almost gospel type. They're not gospel songs, but they're almost gospel type. Like they talk about having a nice world, or going through world. You know how you wanted, those sort of things. Because that's what this is about. They eat cats in Ohio. I thought that was in Colorado or Colorado. It's called. Oh, Frank. That's a bit. What's the name? Oh no, it's that cat dip. Yeah, I suppose you could look at it like that, couldn't you? Cats. Wow. So, I mean, I don't follow it anymore, but I've seen that Mysterious Writings has done a video, Calazars has done a video. Granny did something. Like, I'm still subscribed to them, even though I don't watch anything anymore. Hey everyone, what did I miss? The bullseye. No, I don't know. You don't miss anything, Amy. You should know better than that. I don't really say much that's worth listening to, so not much today. I can't remember what it is I've been talking about, to be fair. Oh, yeah, some bad people. So I come on because I don't want to do a video and then post it, because it's too time consuming to do the video and then upload it. So I put that information on the front, and then people know, because I know that people want to know if what they're doing is working, and it's not. So I show them that it's not working. Because if I did post a video, they could say, "Oh, we did that video, 6 weeks ago." So this is obviously live, and I'm not, I don't have, glamour problems, or problems with my heart, or having a stroke, or any graveyard magic or whatever. Although, to be fair, the times where my lips have gone black and, I looked a bit pale could be, when they were trying to do stuff, and maybe they just got a little bit, like touch touch the edge, like just got through a little bit. But because of that, it just makes me stronger and stronger and stronger. So, and it obviously doesn't work. Otherwise, I wouldn't still be talking to you. So, but I don't get it. I'm not here to lord over anyone or mock anyone, or that's not why I do this. I'm here to tell you, look, stop doing what you're doing, because it's not working, and it's just making your life worse. It really is. And, I don't need to do it. If anything, I'm being told, move in silence, don't say nothing, make them, second guess and all those things. And it's like, well, no, I'm not that sort of person. I don't want people to suffer. That's not what I do. I want a world where no one's suffering. So why would I have people out there wondering if all the bad things that they're doing are working, and then it's going back and getting them? Why would I hide from that and then not say it? So I come up and tell them, look, it's not working. Stop doing it. And they carry on doing it. And it's just, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's like you obviously can see. And then they say things like, oh, he's working with satanic doodahs and like the very things that they're doing. Like each time they talk about me or talk to me, they project what it is they're doing on as though I'm doing it. It's like, well, man, it's exactly what you're doing. Like the moon magic, death magic and all that, the voodoo stuff. That's what you're doing. The fact that you're suffering is not me doing it to you. It's you doing it to you. You doing it to you. I'm not doing anything. And I just don't get it. You're just making it worse because dad, mom, the most high, God, whatever, however, universe, spirits, ancestors, however you want to do that, I don't care. Or nobody, the invisible man, is kicking your ass because you're doing it to yourself. Like, I just don't get it. Nobody, nothing, no one, not even God, has laid a finger on you. Hasn't. Has not done anything that can hurt you. Except redirect everything that you've been putting out into the universe. Hasn't done anything to hurt you. You have. Everything that hurts you, everything that takes away your money, your house, your car, your kids, your wife, your husband, your family, and condolences to those that are passed, but or will do. I don't say that lightly, but I don't want to keep thinking about it. Everything that's happened to you has come from your instigating it, and it's just been returned to you. So you have not, please listen, you have not felt any force from the Most High God yet. Nothing. You have not felt the wrath or the power. People say, oh, it's the wrath of God, and he's getting vengeance and he's doing this. And no, he's not. No, he's not. He hasn't started yet. Like, if he starts, you'll know when he starts. You'll know when he starts. As of yet, I've tried to tell you over and over, everything that's happening to you, not you people maybe that's in the chat, but people that are going to hear or see or whatever about this, has come from their own lips, from people they've paid. They've travelled to people to get them to do stuff. And then it comes back and bites them up the arse, and they say that, me or people like me that are doing black magic and stuff. It's like, no, it's you. And you're not even, God has done nothing to you yet. Dad has not hurt his children. Hasn't laid a finger on them. Hasn't done nothing. Hasn't even reprimanded them yet. Hasn't sent them to bed with no tea, which is what I said he would do. Hasn't done anything. He's just said, don't do that. Don't do that. Just have it back. Don't do that. That's all he said. And you're having it back. Don't do it back, otherwise you're going to get it back. Don't do it, or you're going to get it back. That's all he said. And you carried on doing it, so you got it back. But at some point, his archangels, better get it right, his archangels, then his angels, etc., whatever, spirits, they are going to be doing something. But they don't need to yet, because, listen, please listen. The devil, the demons, the entities, the devil, who confirmation, who supposedly allowed all this to happen, you're blaming him. He has to do stuff. The demons that you've conjured have to do stuff. Your ancestors have to do stuff. The animal spirits, marine spirits, the alien beings, whoever is being affected, please listen, whoever is being affected by the bad things that you're doing is going to come for you. They're the ones that are going to come for you. If they don't finish you off, which they probably will, if they don't finish you off, then God will probably, do whatever he needs to do. But the whole point of this is, I don't want that. I don't want the most powerful being looking down and saying, okay, then I'm going to have to get rid of it all. I'm going to start again. Which has happened. As we know, it's happened. I don't want Dad saying, well, I'm going to have to start again because my children are out of control. They can't be controlled and they can't be trusted to do the right thing. They can't be trusted. I can't trust my children to do the right thing. So I'm going to wipe the slate clean and start again. I don't want that. I do not want that. Even if 144,000 of us were spared because we were trying to do the right thing, even if we're saved, it's not about me. Never did this about me. Told you that all along. Not about me. It's not about likes. It's not about subscribes. It's about putting out the truth. So even if God said to me, listening, if he said to me, Mario, I want you to build a boat and bring the animals 2 by 2 with 144,000 people, I wouldn't do it. Because I want everybody, everyone, all of us, everything, the whole planet, every realm, every plane of existence, not to be under the rule of these dark entities. I just want us to have a beautiful, loving, caring, amazing life. That's all I want. That's all I want. And I'm not going to separate myself from everything else and say, well, I don't care. I'm okay. Stuff you lot. If you don't want to do it, fine. I'll just go along with this 144,000 or however many it is, whatever God decides, and just leave you lot to suffer. 8 billion people. 8 billion souls. Now, I know those souls will go back to God, but which is probably why, us meatbags are probably, what's the word? Expendable. Because when we die, the soul lives. But it's not, we're just animals. Given supposed to have had a beautiful life because of the thing inside us that makes us talk to each other, makes us think, therefore I am. That's the difference. That's the evolution. Otherwise, we'd just be a bird or a deer or a monkey. And we're not. We're given the opportunity to live a life. And the soul is given an opportunity to experience the life that we're living. That's it. That's it. That's it. Otherwise, we'd be grunting at each other and wouldn't have a clue. And we're not going to be grunting at each other. Like the stuff that we know, the stuff that the soul knows, limitless. Limitless. There are no limits. Listen, imagination is more important than knowledge. Why? Because imagination is limitless. And if you can imagine it, I've already said this before, ages ago, if you can imagine it, it will happen. It will happen. If someone imagines it, it will happen. Time travel, happen. It doesn't matter. If you can imagine it, it will happen. Therefore, it becomes more important than knowledge. It doesn't matter what you know. If you can imagine something, at some point in time, it will exist. So be careful. Be careful what you wish for. These things aren't said just for no reason. Be careful what you wish for. Because, poof, there it is. Depending on the faith that you have, depending on the karma that you have, depending on the sort of person that you are. If the universe says, oh, what a wonderful person. He's wished to be able to time travel, or she's wished to be able to time travel. Poof, there you go, time traveling. And then all of a sudden you end up somewhere, you don't know where you are, you don't know what time you're in, and you don't know how to get back. So be careful what you wish for. Now, the reason why I say I'm just talking, actually, let's say that. I'm just saying that. I'm not saying that I want to time travel. I don't want to be stuck in some other place in time. So be careful what you say, be careful. Spelling, casting a spell, the stuff that we say, the stuff that we write, the stuff that we dream, the stuff that we think about, looking out the window, down the fire escape, blah, blah, blah. Those things, they can be dangerous if you're not careful with them. So, I don't know if Trusted is still here, but you could have it. You could have the farm equipment. Just do the right stuff. That's it. You do the right stuff. You want 50 loaves of bread? It's yours. You want wine from water? It's yours. You want to walk on water? It's yours, because it's your God-given right to be able to have those things. It's only because they were taken from us that we can't do them. It's only because we were trained away from those things that we can't do them. It's only because we're supposed to live in servitude to these others who created this matrix that we can't do them. But we can do them. You just have to believe that you can do them and stop these evil sons of bees from treading all over us. Now I know what it's like to have my head under someone's foot. And I'm being told that I should now put my foot on their head. That's not the way that I work. It's not the way that I work. But I can assure you of this. Please listen. I can assure you of this. If it gets to the point that I have to put my foot on your head, I will not hesitate to do it. Never hesitate to do it. Just telling you, I will never, ever hesitate to put my foot on your head and show you what it feels like. So, whilst I am full of love and light, if you don't cease and desist, and if it gets to the point that these demons that are going to stop you from doing what you're doing, if it gets to the point that God, Father, Mum, the Most High, whatever, universe, I don't care. If they say to me that you're not listening and they give me the power, I will do it. I will do it. I will gladly do it, because I know there are less of you than there are human beings. And that's what it boils down to. Again, I'll tell you about Star Trek, Spock. The need of the many outweigh the need of the few. Those people beings that are using the many, I will have no hesitation. I told you this the other day. If it means sacrificing so many, so be it. So be it. If God says it's okay, it's okay. And I will have no hesitation. If God says, yeah, they won't listen, I will have no hesitation. If I had that power, if he gave me that power. So there you go, Mario. Boop, there you go. You can be God for the day. You can be God for the day. What is it you want to do? I'd say, well, I want to get rid of these people that are controlling the masses. That's what I want to do. Can I do that, God? If he says, yeah, that'll be it. That'll be it. But I'll make sure, absolutely make sure that my foot on that head, one after the other. Bring him in. Bring him in. I want to know what it feels like. I don't do it out of anger. It's not out of anger. Because what I went through made me who I am. I learned a few things. I learned who I was. I learned how to not be the sort of person I am because someone had their foot on my head. And maybe that's what they need to understand the sort of person they are. So it won't be done out of anger. I'm not going to do it out of anger. I'm not going to do it because God gave me the power to do it and I want to be stronger than them. I want to do it so they learn a lesson, the same lesson that I learned. And I learned that I can stand up even if somebody does put their foot on my head. And I learned that nobody is more powerful than me. And I learned that I'm not a bad person. And I learned that I don't need to suffer. And I learned how to love me, how to understand me, how to know the things that I wanted, and how to get those things that I wanted. I learned those things. Now, listen, it's important to you people that you understand, I want a world. I've asked, I want a world where you don't have to suffer. You don't have to go through the pain. You don't have to go through the trials and tribulations to get what you want and to get closer to God. You can just do it. The only reason, listen, please listen. The only reason you have to go through the trials and tribulations is because there's some evil fucks that control us all. And you have to be strong enough to take them people on. And when they're gone, and they will be gone, when they're gone, you don't need to go through the trials and tribulations. You only have to know you and be close to the Most High God and Mom and appreciate and be grateful that you have a soul inside you that helps you understand how to live a beautiful and happy life. That's it. That's it. That's how simple it is. That's life going forward. But at this point in time, the people who run this place, they're a bit pissed. And they're a bit shocked. Like, how come? Like, we've done all this stuff. We've paid all this money. We've had the best of the best. We've had people who've been around for thousands of years doing all of this magic stuff. And nothing's happening. It's because the veil's been lifted. You are hiding behind these good people. You were cloaking yourself, a bit like the Klingons. You were cloaking yourself and no one could see what you were doing. And then you were throwing your sin on those people and blaming them people. Now, Diddy is probably the most famous that you people know at the moment who has been found out. Then you have Epstein and all these other people. Gene Hackman. There are more and more people like them. Like initially it was Jimmy Savile, Gary Glitter, blah, blah, blah. You know who I'm talking to now. You people, you will be found out. Called out. I keep saying found out, but I'm getting called out. You'll be called out. Like in front of everybody. There are people who aren't doing gigs anymore because they are wasting away. They don't look too good now. Bad things are happening to them because of the bad things they did. And that's going to be all around the world. All of these people. And you, Mr. Priest, you, with the church, which is a whole load of bull, you will be found out too. Called out. They've already been found out. They're going to be called out. 1 by 1, 10 by 10, 100 by 100. However it needs to be done, with the minimum amount of upheaval for those people, listen, you, those people that trusted you, those people that came to you, those people that believed in you, those people that you manipulated. That goes all around the world for all the people just like you. And you little rapper, with all of your posse, Dean and Jeanette, you know who they are. There's about 10, close, but there's more than that. You too. I know you're not, super famous like, these other people, but you as well. People in the music industry, people in the movie, film industry, music industry, arts, crafts, you've already seen it. These people getting arrested for these treasures and whatever what do they call them? Like Forest used to have, when they had that raid, that sort of stuff. You've seen it already happening. But all around the world, everyone's being judged. Everyone is now, remember, it's just one brain, one consciousness. Like I don't know how to explain it. Well, I've explained it already. But if you're all inside one person, and you each had a thought, that thought is in that brain, and that brain knows every thought that you've had. Like it's like, oh, who's snitching on us, and who's doing this, and who's doing that? You are. Everything that you think, everything that you say, everything that you do, everything that you see, it's just one consciousness. One consciousness. Like you might think that you're having your separate life, but you're just a dream or a figment of someone's imagination. However you want to, it's the only way I can explain it. Like you're just a dream that someone's having while they're sleeping, and you think you're the real character, but you're not. You're whatever this person's thinking, this creator that's creating, that's you. That's you. Running around thinking you're doing everything, but you're in this brain, this consciousness, whatever it is, and you're running around thinking that you're controlling everything, and you're being controlled. The only time it changes is when you realize that you're part of this brain, and you can control what happens in there. So you can like lucid dream. You can lucid dream. That's why, trusted, if you're still here, you can have your equipment because you can lucid dream it. You can imagine it. The brain that you're in, the person, the creator, you create with the creator. You imagine, if you're worthy of it, if you understand it, and if you do the stuff that you're supposed to do, you're just in that realm. You're in that realm. And then at the moment, you're asleep in the reality. You're asleep in this reality. When you wake up to God in you, when you wake up and you're awake and you lucid, you're awake, you can imagine, you can see, that it's possible, you believe it's possible, you know God, you know you, and you want that farm equipment, and you ask for that farm equipment, and you deserve that farm equipment, guess what? There it is. There's your farm equipment. Or you want to build a pyramid, there it is, a pyramid. You want to pick that slab up? Great. There you go. There you go. Done. There's your pyramid. You want to do all of these things? You can do all of these things. You can do all of these things. You can do them all. But you have to be one with God. You, him, them. It doesn't matter. If you believe, you can have it done. You can get it done. You can have that stuff. And if you don't believe, it won't happen. It won't happen. It won't happen. You know why it won't happen? Because he walked on water, and as soon as he turned away from Jesus, he fell in. That's telling you that if you don't believe, no, but if you do believe, in a maverick, whatever, if you do believe, you can do it. But you have to go through that process. Now, listen, for us it's harder because we've been taught the matrix way. But in the future, our kids, that's why they don't want the union. The first kid that comes from the union that's happening, that's going to be a good kid that's going to learn how to create, how to manifest from being a child, growing as a baby. All the things that babies can do now, that's trained out of them by the matrix, grow up doing that. And then the next union, the next union, the next union, the next union, 144,000, all the babies growing up in the future will live that life. And God said, please listen. Others will come that will do more wondrous things than I. More wonderful than creation. More wonderful than creation. So these little gods, whatever you want to call them, these new humans, souls, whatever you want to call them, I don't care. I don't care. They will do wondrous things. They will do wondrous things because they will be taught how to do wondrous things because, please listen, this is the important bit. Imagination has no limit. No limit. There are no limits. Anything is possible. Anything. If you can imagine it, it's possible. If you believe it's possible, it will happen. If you are worthy, if God thinks you are worthy, if the universe thinks you are worthy, if the spirits think you are worthy, if the ancestors think, however you want to see that, I don't care. Even if you just see it as I'm a master manifester and I write it down 15,000 times and it comes true. If that's what you want to believe. I can make you rich. You can manifest. Blah, blah, blah. You see the videos. Oh, I can make you do it. If you, tap your nose 15 times, do 15 circles, go to sleep, count such and such and such and such. And then when you wake up in the morning, you're going to be a millionaire. Whatever it is, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care because behind it all is the one Christ consciousness, the one mind that is overseeing everything, which is God, the Most High God, the person that we're all connected to. All of us, just like this laptop and your phone or your laptop or your computer is connected wirelessly. How the fuck do you think that happens? How do you think it happens? How can you see me now? How is that possible? How is it possible? There are no wires. There is nothing. Oh yeah, we've got satellite, we've got this and we've got that. And there are no wires. Like this picture of me that you're seeing, is beamed energy, is beamed to a satellite and then back to you. There's nothing stopping us seeing each other, remote viewing, seeing each other without this laptop. Because we're wireless. We are wireless. We are wireless. We don't need this. This technology helps us because we've been taught to use it. And we've been hidden from our true selves. When I say our true selves, we're just bags of water, bags of meat, whatever you want to fucking call it. I don't care. We're just bags of water. But the soul inside us isn't. The soul inside us is fucking powerful. Really powerful. Like if I want to go to Jupiter, I can go to Jupiter. I can see it. I can look at it. I can be there. If I want to go to another plane of existence, I can be there. If I want to meet my family, if they're Lemurians or Arctian, whatever they're called, or, whatever. If I want to do that, I can do that. I can do that. And that's the life that we had. And that's the life that's been hidden from us. And that's the life that they fear. Because when that comes back, they don't have any power. And they won't be rich and famous. And they won't be all powerful. And they won't have people to control. Why do you think they own 80% of the flipping world stuff? It's not supposed to be a monopoly. There's not supposed to be a monopoly. Forrest wants to play Monopoly. There's not supposed to be a monopoly. And yet these people, they own nearly everything. You say, well, they don't. Yes, they do. Like this YouTube, Google, everything else, it's all owned by the same people. Like you haven't really got a choice. You think you have. Like these EE and all these different, brand Wi-Fi things, they all come along, whatever you've got in America, ADT, whatever it is. They're all owned by the same people. AOL, that used to be, EE, blah, blah, whatever it is, they're all owned by the same people. You're just a subsidiary of a bigger company, of a big company, of a bigger company, of a bigger company, till you get to the top. And then it's owned by the same person. So you haven't really got a choice. You might think you're choosing a different platform, but it all boils down to the same thing. It all goes down to the same person. It's just different people owning the same thing. And it's those elite people that own it all. Those people that go to those parties, that do them shady things. Those people. They run the world. They're the people that buy people into office. You don't need to vote. You're going to get the person, maybe not so much with Donald Trump, but you're going to get the person that they want you to vote for. It didn't happen with Donald Trump, but they really tried. They really, 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 I don't know how many more times I can say really, they really tried not to let him be president, and they wanted you to vote. They wanted you to vote for a cackling whatever, or a man who didn't know what day it was. How could you let that happen? Seriously, how could you want to vote for either of those? And we've got somebody worse, Starmer. How could you seriously choose to vote for those over Donald Trump? Oh, he's got 34 blooming indictments. He's got this, he's got that. No, he hasn't. It's all bullshit. It's just people who control the world making sure whoever got into power, they could control. That's it. And the world is controlled by those people with the money who are putting into power people that they want to control. Which brings me to the blackmail that's going on. Let them blackmail you. Let them blackmail you. They can only do it once. And then they'll get arrested for blackmailing you. So well, go on then. Release it. Those videos that you took of me, that you lured me to this room, not made me do these things, allowed me to do these things so you could video me and then blackmail me. Do it. And I'll have that video as evidence of you blackmailing me. What are you worried about? Oh, my reputation. So? If you know who you are, you shouldn't give a shit about that. You know that you're going to do it. Do it. Don't matter. You want to do it. Do it. Don't worry what they're going to say or what other people are going to say. What are you worried for? These people can only blackmail you once and then they'll go to prison. They'll go to prison. You won't go to prison. You might have an argument with the missus or the husband or whatever it is that you did. Well, I don't know. It depends what you did. You might go to prison. Depends what you did. But even if you did, they can only do it once. And you won't go to prison for as long as they do. What are you worried about? But they do this blackmailing ring to try and get these people to do stuff for them. It's like, well, just all turn around and say no. Go ahead. Blackmail me. Then the first person that they blackmail, there's the information that they're blackmailing you with. There you go. Make that public and get them put in prison for blackmailing you. That's it. That's it. They're worse off. And it won't happen many more times because there'll be nobody left to blackmail anybody. They'll all be in prison for blackmailing people. Listen. A world full of love, not a world full of fear. A world full of love, not a world full of fear. They want you to live in fear. They want us all to live in fear. Fight or flight. That's it. No. Don't let people buy you. Don't let people blackmail you. You don't need it. You don't need it. We don't live in a world of fear anymore because we never lived in a world of fear. Ever. Until they came along and brought fear into the world and brought violence into the world and brought war into the world and brought all of these bad things that we take for granted as part of our life. And it's not. It's not. It is not. And it's all being addressed right now. Now, that film comes to mind when they were playing football, real football, not your hand throw stuff around everywhere football, in France, where they were escaping while they were playing the football match. And all the, it's not about Germans or anything. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just saying all the Germans that were, guarding everything, and all the Parisians or whatever they were that were watching the game, when they won the football match, they shouted out "Victoire, Victoire, Victoire," and they broke the barriers. They come onto the pitch and that, and they were free. They were free, and all it took was a football match. It just took a football match and somebody winning a football match for some people to realise that, hang on, why are we scared? Why the effort? I know it probably wasn't real. I mean, it might have been real. I don't know. But it's like, why are we scared? Why are we scared? There's about 10 of them and there's 50,000 of us. Why are we scared? So you don't need to be scared of them. They don't have any power. We have the most powerful being on our side. And at the moment, we have the most powerful being plus I suppose some would call him the second most powerful being the devil. He's on our side too. Then we have some ancient beings that have been conjured up by these stupid people who thought that doing that is a good thing. Then we have these spirits that have been conjured up, doing graveyards, magic and stuff like that. We have all of these people they brought back to do bad things who don't want to do these things, but they're controlled by these idiots. But now they're free. They're free to do whatever they want. And if they want to go back and haunt these people, because dead men do tell tales, they're free to do so. And if they want to be free of this realm and go back to God, one consciousness, the soul, whatever, however you want to look at it, and go back to heaven, then they can do. Because God never meant for any human being to go to hell. That's not what hell's for. It's not what hell is for. And it's not what we consider to be hell. Because at the moment, living here on this earth, for many, that's hell. Now, as above, so below, heaven on earth. Give us this day our daily bread. Lead us not into sin or trespassing. Heaven on earth, as above, so below. Be able to live in a world where there is no fear, where there is no one that says you have to do this or that you can't do this, which is the worst one. As I was talking about the other day, what the heck is sin? Like, I've grown up, people say, oh, this is sinful, this is sinful, this is sinful, this is sinful. And I think, well, hang on a minute, how's that possible? How is it possible? Like, incest cannot be sinful if that's how we all came about. Like, it's a contradiction. And then that he who has not sinned cast the first stone. It's like, well, how can you judge anybody then? Like, we all sin. All of us. All of us sin. So how can we ever cast a stone? Which means we can't judge. It's impossible. It's an impossibility. It's an impossibility. If you haven't sinned, he who has not sinned cast the first stone. So because you sinned, you can't throw a stone, which means you can't judge anyone in order to throw that stone, because you yourself are a sinner. So you can't judge anyone. And that leads you to forgiveness. Forgiveness, these people that talk about forgiveness, forgive yourself, yes. But these idiots that are running the world want to believe that forgiveness is a good thing and it's a godly thing. No, it's for God. God can forgive. But not for you to forgive, because if you forgive, you have to judge in order to know how much you have to forgive. And forgiving says, it's okay that you did what you did. You can do it again. What? No, it's not. It's not okay. Like, there are people that are asking, want forgiveness. No forgiveness. None. You're not forgiven. You're not forgiven because I don't give a shit. Why the fuck should I forgive you? I don't give a shit what you did. You're the one that gives a shit what you did. You're the one that's suffering, not me. I'm not suffering what you did. You're suffering for what you did, and you'll suffer even more. So you forgive yourself and you ask God for forgiveness. Don't ask the person that you flipping abused for forgiveness. No, because that says, it's okay. Carry on. Do it again. Live the life that you're living. Take more from me. No. You took enough. You're not going to get my forgiveness. No way, Jose. Never in a million years. Not going to forgive you. God can forgive you because he's able to forgive you. He has the power to forgive you. And you have the power to forgive you. That's it. Now, if you forgive yourself because you're an evil, sadistic, don't give a shit, narcissist person, it ain't going to work. Ain't going to work. But if you truly look at yourself and realize what it is that you've been doing, and then forgive yourself with the tears, the sadness, the repentance, everything that goes with it, and the dark night of the soul and all that stuff, maybe the karma that you're going through is less, until you get to the point where every single thing that you've done, everyone that you've hurt, every dark shadow that exists within you has turned to light. Every single one. Every single one. And your eyes are red raw. Your mind is totally numb with everything that you remembered, with everything that you recalled, with how you are feeling. Because those are the things that those people went through because of you. So don't ask for forgiveness. And I suggest that people, good people, who have been wronged by other people, don't forgive. That just gives them the power. God can forgive them if God wants to forgive them. And they can forgive themselves if they deserve to forgive themselves. But you don't have to forgive them. You don't have to. It's not required that you should suffer more by them asking you to forgive them, by making them feel better after hurting you. What? What? Oh, I'm feeling bad. Forgive me, I'm feeling bad that I hurt you. And so you should. So you should feel bad for hurting. You should feel bad. You shouldn't even ask for forgiveness. You should feel bad and understand what it is that you did. So no forgiveness. And no judgment. I don't care what you did. It made me me. It made me me. And guess what? It's the worst thing you could have done. It's the worst thing you could have done by making me me. The worst thing you could have done. Anyway, sorry, I'm ready. Yep, CIA. Oh, what's this? We're back to Meadows, are we? Be still and know that he is God. My t-shirt. Hey! Yes, I've got some placemats with those sort of things on. Who are you going to teach those not weaned from the milk? Isaiah. Hey! I like that. When you pray for Forrest, Robert, or whoever you want at the end of your prayer. May his soul rest in peace. Amen. You need to read your Bible, Mario. No, because the Bible's not real. That's exactly what I'm saying. I've just said, not so long ago, incest can't be sinful because that's where we came from. Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel, all the way down the line, you are having sex, if you're having sex, if you've had sex with your own family. All of us, every single one of us, have been having sex with our own family. The sons of David, whoever, Joseph, Joshua, Isaiah, whatever. I don't give a monkey's who it is. John the Baptist, if he had kids. Jesus, if he had kids. They're our family. We're all family. You're my family. All of you, brothers and sisters. So stop this bullshit about the Bible. Yes, there is stuff in the Bible that is true. Yes, but there's also stuff in the Bible that is there to make these people feel better. You cannot, people wind me up, you cannot turn the other cheek. That bit's right. That bit's right. You can turn the other cheek. Great. Turn the other cheek. Don't get involved in the fight. Don't blah, blah, blah. You can do that. But you can't have an eye for an eye as well. And a tooth for a tooth. It's impossible. It's impossible. So in that Bible that you talk about that says incest is sin and you can turn the other cheek, but you've got to take an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. No. So in there somewhere, people are lying. People are telling you bullshit. And it has to be bullshit, and it's known to be bullshit. Adam and Eve cannot leave the Garden of Eden and walk into the heights, whatever they're called. It's impossible. You cannot be the first humans and then walk into a whole load of people. It's impossible. Please listen. Please listen. Then you get Noah. Another family having incest to have more kids. So stop with the bullshit. One's correct or it's not correct. Incest is not sinful because God said it's the only way to procreate with your own family. He must have done. It's in your Bible that you're telling me to bloody read. He must have said that. God must have said incest is fine because Noah, you can have sex with who you want and your kids can have sex with who they want because they're all of the same family, and the same with Adam and Eve. Your kids, two blokes, can have sex and have kids. What? So stop telling me to read the Bible when the Bible obviously is flawed. It's flawed. It's flawed. It's as simple as that. Now, until you can prove to me, until you can make sense to me, the truth that I look for, not that you look for, the truth that I look for, that incest is a sin. If you can prove to me that incest is a sin and explain to me how Adam and Eve, two people, man and a woman, can have kids, two boys, but can have kids, and they can start a family, and there's no incest going on. And even if that wasn't the case, Noah, another family, kids. So stop telling me to read the Bible, because I know it's flawed. I know it's flawed. And therefore, how much of it can be believed and how much of it can't be believed. So I'd rather believe the evidence than believe something that I have to, hang on, if I have to turn the other cheek, how can I take somebody's eye or somebody's tooth? It's impossible. I can't turn the other cheek and then go, hang on a minute, I want that because you took mine. And I want your tooth as well because you took mine. No. So in there is some truth. And in there is some bullshit. So I've read the Bible, as I've already told you. And I found it to be some BS. Those people, you people who say you're Christians, who read the Bible, who do this, that, and the other, who believe in the Pope, you people that read it, I want you to wear those robes, wrap it around, the purple robes or whatever it is, the ermine or whatever it's called, and the oils and everything else and blah, blah, blah. I want you to do that on those days that you're supposed to do that. And you don't. You don't. No one does. Do you know why not? Because it's Masonic. It's for Masonic people to do. Those burnt offerings, they're not for Christians. They're for Masonic people. And the burnt offerings could just be sage or incense or St. Paulo, whatever it's called. Stop the sacrifice stuff. In the Bible, that's not what the Bible's about. It can't be. You're not meant to sacrifice things. What the heck's that all about? Those wars that were fought in the Bible, that God's wars, there was hardly any fighting at all. There was more clever manipulation of stuff than there was fighting. The only fighting came from man, not the followers of God, the real God, not the God that you make up that, doesn't realize that you can't get it. You can't seek revenge if you turn the other cheek. It's impossible. It's impossible. Impossible. The person that's going to seek revenge, that God. That God. When you start believing the Bible that you can take an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, you're believing some fucking man or some woman that wrote that text, that wanted that in there. Got nothing to do with God, that hasn't. Nothing to do with God. God does not want you to take an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth if you're going to turn the other cheek. It's impossible. So stop telling me to read the Bible that's full of half-truths and was written by some unknown person who, please listen, who took bits, Matthew, Mark, Luke and John, next door neighbor, follow on, who took bits of information and added stuff for themselves and then missed out Enoch and missed out Thomas and missed out Mary and missed out blah, 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 and didn't put all that in there. So don't tell me to read a Bible that only has half of the stuff. Enoch stuff, the little bit that he did, is more important than the whole Bible put together. Let alone Mary and Thomas and everything else. And the Ethiopian bit. It's like, it's only half the story. Given to you by a matrix that wants you to behave a certain way. So yes, some of the stuff in the Bible is true. It has to be, because they have to tell you the truth. And the rest of it is pure manipulation to make you behave in a certain way. To put the fear, listen, the fear of God into you. The Bible isn't designed to put the love of God into you. It's to put the fear of God into you. Write a Bible that talks about having the love of God into you, not the fear of God, because God is a loving God. He's not a fearful God. You shouldn't fear God. The only reason you need to fear God is if you run the matrix. Because if you're a kind, loving, beautiful person, you have no need to fear God. None whatsoever. None. Not that much. None. They want you to live in fear. That's why they tell you the fear of God. There is no fear of God. God is a beautiful divine being who wants only the best for his children, that they have brutalized for thousands of years and hidden that fact. Remember, Forrest? Hiding behind a skirt. Hidden that fact. Did sinful things under the guise of good people, and then threw that sin on them good people. Now, what is sin? You don't know, because all you've had is what someone wrote and made you believe it's sin. And you believe it. You believe it. And yet it contradicts everything that's in the Bible from the beginning of Adam and Eve. Incest cannot be sinful. Or it is sinful, and Adam and Eve are a whole load of bullshit. One or the other. It can't be both. It can't be both. Even if it's not Adam and Eve. It's Noah. It can't be both. Whatever the text is, I don't care what the text is. I just know if I see Adam and Eve and I see Cain and Abel and you're telling me there's a family there somewhere, what? And if I see Noah and his family and you're telling me there's a family there somewhere, what? So don't pick out the things that you like and ignore the things that you don't like. Look at it all and go, hang on a minute, this doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. I can't do this and this. It's impossible. So maybe the Psalms, maybe I don't know what else you call them. The Psalms and something else. The Psalms are true. I believe in the Psalms. I believe in them. I believe they were given to us by a higher being that wanted only good for us. Those things are true. Those things are true. Those statements are true. Especially as yea, though I walk through the valley of death, I shall fear no evil. Absolutely true. Somebody talked about, I can't remember her name. The lady that took the expensive perfume and poured it all over Jesus. And those people said to her, why have you done that? Why have you done that? Why have you wasted that perfume? Why have you wasted that perfume? You could have fed the poor for a year. And Jesus said, no, don't admonish her. You know, she's preparing me, blah, 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 blah. The poor will be with you forever. What? Why would you say that? The poor will be with you forever? Why would you say that? Like, you can feed the poor anytime. I'm only with you a short while. I would never say that. Ever. Ever. I would never say ever, spend something on me, spend this rich, expensive stuff that could last a year, feed the poor for a year, break that over me, because the poor will be here forever and you can feed them anytime you want. The fuck is that? No. And there should be no poor. There shouldn't be any poor. Like, the poor won't be here forever. Not in this new world. They won't be here forever. There will be no poor. Which makes me think, well, hang on. Why would Jesus say that? Why would he say, spend money on me because I am more important, because I'm more important than any of these poor people that are going to be with you forever? I would never say that, ever. To me, that sounds like some narcissistic, vain person. To me, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I would never say, yes, it's okay to spend a year's worth of food for the poor. It's okay to spend a year's worth of food for the poor and break it on me, waste it on me. Because the poor are there all the time. You can feed them whenever you want. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. I can't remember who the woman was. And she's gone down. He said she'll go down in history. She'll be remembered for putting this perfume on me, for making me special before I go to meet my maker, my father. I don't know. No, there is no. That's what I've said before. Like, whoever God is, whatever God is, to people. I'm 100% certain. I'm 100% certain. If God said to somebody, listen, write this book about me, creating the world and all of this and the history and the revelation and everything that's going to happen, I'm pretty certain he'd have said, my name is not Eminem. My name is that, you call me such and such, which is what I said to you the other day about I am. Who shall I say sent me? Tell them I am sent you. I talked about the breath of God as well. You breathe in God every day. You breathe him in every day. Every day. You breathe God in every day, if that's the name that you use. Every day you breathe him in. Every day. If that's the name you use. You don't breathe in I am every day. But that name, possible. I don't know. Eve was purchased from slave trades from Satan by... Yeah, trusted. I'm not going to get into an argument about all of this stuff. I'm saying the Bible, no. Some of it's true, some of it isn't. The Psalms, I believe, are true. Stuff about Jesus, I believe, could be true. But I could say the same about Horus in Egypt. It's amazing that these Jesus and Horus, Egypt, what's so special about Egypt? Something important, something true must come out of Egypt. Something true must come out of Egypt. So do you start from Ra? Ra is back. There's gonna be trouble. Hey, Ra is back. So something must be true. The sun god, the son of the sun. Something must be true. Now, you cannot make me believe, if Jesus was so important and he died in Egypt, the area, wherever it is, whatever it is, he died in that area of the world that we have a Vatican in Rome, owned, and I say owned, by the very people that killed him. that took him out. And the very people that were supposed to protect him handed him over to them and never did anything. Never had a type Vatican thing or anything substantial as a religion to Jesus. In fact, he's separated. He's separated. At the point of him dying, well, living and dying and coming back, you have different religions from the same supposed area. And then you have Catholics and Christians and blah, 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 blah. And the Quran and the... What? No way. If it's written, if the information has come from one God, there's one book. I don't give a shit what you say. If the information of the one God, gave you that information, if God gave that information, there would be one book with all of it in there. His name, his date of birth, whatever, what he likes to do at the weekend, whatever. It would all be in one book. And it can't be questioned because it would all tally. It would all be exactly the same. Like, I am the God of creation and I created the world, but I can't get a story straight between the people that I created. Bull. Which means no different than now, the politics, that somebody had an agenda and they have fake media. It didn't start now. It started thousands of years ago, fake media. With all of your fucking religious texts. That's when it started. That fake media, it started then. It's not new. It's not new. You believe what you want to believe. You believe whatever text you want to read. It started then. None of it's true. Well, some of it's true. I keep saying none of it's true. Some of it's true because it has to be true because they have to tell you the truth. That's part of the contract. They have to tell you the truth. Remember, Forrest? Tell the truth, but not the whole truth. So in all of your text, in all of it, I don't care who you are, what you believe, in all of your text, there's some truth and a whole load of fucking bullshit. Some truth and a whole load of bullshit. Now, in order to get to the truth, you have to have all of the information, which is why I've said there is information that has been kept from us, human beings, in the Vatican and other places around the world that we, as human beings, have a right to know. And they're hiding that. And I know that for a fact. And Mom and Dad know that for a fact. And they want it to come out. And I'm asking on behalf of Mom and Dad, because the people in the Vatican who are supposed to be the closest to God and Jesus and everything else, they're supposed to be the closest, and they're not listening. They're not listening. Don't you find that strange? Don't you find that absolutely strange that God is saying, give the humans the information that they deserve? Christian information, Catholic information, Hebrew information, Chinese information, whatever it is. Excuse me. Confirmation. The information in there will tell you what was done. Will tell you the truth. Because that's what I'm after. The truth. And none of you, I don't care who you are, none of you have the whole truth. You have bits of the truth in all of these religious texts that you have, that you want to believe, no different than supporting Denver Broncos or Miami Dolphins or something else. You choose, that's what you choose, that's what you want, that's what you believe. They're the best team, they're the ones who want to support. That's it. Yes, they're all the same flipping team, yes, whatever. But the way they play is different than the way they play, and you like the way they play, and you don't like the way they play, and you don't think that play was wrong. No. None of you have the truth. None of you have what is written by, I would say man, but these beings who decided to conquer our world and make it the way that they wanted it, which is, as it was progressing, to stall creation, God's creation, to change it into something that it's not, transgenders, LGBTQ, talking to you, you know who you are, I'm talking to you. You have an agenda, you had an agenda to change God's creation, to stall it. And he's pissed. Let me tell you now, he's pissed. He's pissed. He's pissed. And you're all being called out. I remember, called out, not found out because you've already been found. You're being called out for what it is that you've done. Everything, thousands of years of it. And you're getting the karma for the thousands of years, and all of your ancestors for thousands of years, and all those people that you sinned on, that you gave sin to that wasn't theirs, they're being freed. Those people, way back when. And those people, you know who I'm talking about, if you've been around for thousands of years, if your soul remembers, those people, they're not happy. They're not happy. The generational curses, they've been broken. And they're not happy. And they're gonna say hello to you. Oh yeah. They're gonna say hello to you. Oh yes. That's why you can't sleep. That's exactly what. And those, I don't know if they're going to be as bad, but those shadows that you sent to other people, those demons that you sent to other people, to make them unalive themselves, Heather, those people, Robert, those people, they want justice. And justice is being called. So when you tell me to read the Bible, no. When you tell me to read the Quran, no. When you tell me to read the Veda, no. When you tell me to read the Tao, no. Because I already know. It doesn't go back far enough. And there is no confirmation that God, the one consciousness, the Christ consciousness, was part of writing that. Listen. So, what's the best way to understand what happened at the crime scene? What's the best way? Imagine there's been a murder. What's the best way to understand what happened at the crime scene? Witness. Testimony. What could be the best testimony? The person that was murdered. Confirmation. Now, I'm telling you, that evidence is available. That evidence of that crime scene is available now. And you people that were involved in it, you know who I mean, thousands of years ago. I know it sounds stupid, but you know who I mean. Thousands of years ago, those people, those witnesses, they know what happened. And they're not afraid, and they're not silenced, and they're not chained, and they will tell the whole world what happened. Listen, from thousands of years ago, thousands of years ago, right the way up to 0043 Greenwich Mean Time. All them witnesses, everything that you are doing right now in any part of the world is known. And you know who the witnesses are, apart from those that have been killed? The perpetrators, the people that did it, the people in that consciousness, the people that think about what it is they're going to do. You. Each thought that you have, each word that you say, every minute, every second of every day is known. There's no way you can hide. I've told you already. You can't even get off this planet and go somewhere else. You can't. You that got caught at the airport, why do you think you got caught? You that are trying to run in that camper van, why do you think you're going to get caught? How do I know these things? Am I just guessing? Am I just guessing? Am I just randomly guessing all those things that I put on that front screen? Are they just random guesses? No. Listen, please listen. I'm trying to do you a favor and you don't want to hear me. Fine. I don't care. And you don't want to believe me. Fine. I don't care. But I'm telling you now, every single thing that you've planned, that you are planning to do is known. Your infrastructure, your technology is thousands of years old. Thousands of years old. And it can be tapped into. Like you doing the hacking that you do, you think you're clever? That's all known. But you think you're clever doing the hacking? Your systems, the things that you use, tapping into, speaking into them, eye recognition, blah, 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 doesn't mean anything. Your passwords don't mean nothing. I don't worry about my passwords. You can get my passwords all the time. You get in my computer all the time. I don't care. But yours, you are worried. The information you have, you are worried about. The tunnels that you had, you are worried about. All of it's been found. All of it's been closed down. All of it. All the information. Your computers, all of it. You saw that clip of that rocket going up and the UFO and the laser or whatever. I don't know if that's real or not. But it's easier than that. It's easier than that for them to sort all of this technology that we have now. The Most High God created everything. And you think that you can lock down the information. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. You conjure these demons. Listen, you conjure these demons and you send them into people's homes and you have these shadows that just exist in the nowhere. And you don't think that good beings, good entities can come into your areas and find out the information that you hold secret. And you think nobody knows. You think nobody knows about it because it's secret. Because you've got all these passwords and handprints and eye recognition and DNA, blah, 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 and whatever it is that you do. And I don't care because I don't need to worry about it. You think that you can stop whatever it is you want to believe. If you don't believe he's up there, if you believe he's in here, if you believe whatever it is you want to believe UFOs or whatever. I don't care. But you think the technology, listen, thousands of years ago, technology, thousands of years, right up to now, your technology is fairly new compared to the technology that was thousands of years old and the technology that exists in other realms and other universes or however it is, galaxies, whatever you want to call it. You think that your technology is superior than that. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And you want to believe different texts that has been written by these beings to keep you manipulated in fear and not just fear, war, keep you in fear and war. These texts to keep you in fear and war while you have to fight each other about which God is the real God or which writings is the real writing. Like you have to fight over it. Listen, why would God do that? Why would he allow, listen, why would he allow the Quran, the Bible, all the other stuff, if there was just one way of looking at it? Now, it makes more sense that these people, beings, have been nefarious in what they've been doing. And God, the Most High, has found out. Has found out. Now, Jesus may have been the first chosen one. But in all of your writings, in all of them, remember they have to tell the truth. In all of your writings, the Quran, the bloody Veda, the Tao, the Bible, I don't care. It talks of a chosen one. Enoch talks of a chosen one. They missed it out. They missed it out. Talk to the chosen. Talk to the Nephilims. Talk to the hell. That's the hell for the Nephilims and the fallen angels. That's hell for them, not for humans. Thomas, Mary, her writings, talked about Lilith. What? All of that stuff has been written by people, but they have to tell you the truth. And in that truth, in the Bible, it misses it out. No, we don't want Enoch's. Now, AI is deciphering these hidden texts, these tablets, these stones, whatever you want to call them, the emerald tablets, whatever. AI is deciphering them and finding out the truth. And as we move forward, more truth will come out. Now, I've asked for the truth to come out from those people that are hiding it, literally hiding it. And people call them the hidden enemy, but they're not hidden. They're all known who they are, what they do. But to the people on the street, they're the hidden enemy. They are against us. They want nothing but shit for us, to be fair. They want the worst for us. And they are the hidden enemy to the man on the street. And all of them will be called out. All of them will be called out. And they're supposed to, not supposed to. They're given the chance to own up and give the information freely, because that's what God is like. He's not an unjust God. Like, look, I'm going to kick your ass if you don't do the right thing. And then that will be not just once, a fair few, as you can tell, I've been on here quite a few times, fair few times. I'm really going to kick your ass if you don't do the right thing. And you don't do the right thing, so you get your ass kicked. That's it. This is the person that you don't believe in. This is the person that you don't believe in. Or you believe that there's different versions of this one Most High God. Like your version is the correct version, or your version is the correct version, or your version is the correct version. When really, none of them are the correct version. They're just, remember what Forrest said, you have to tell the truth, but you don't have to tell the whole truth. So you all have some of the truth, but you don't have the whole truth, which is what keeps you fighting each other, which is what keeps you arguing against each other, which is what keeps you in fear of whoever God is, whatever God is. When in reality, there's only one God, and he's a loving God, and you should love God as you would love, your family, your partner, whatever it is. Well, probably more so, because God will give you everything that you could wish for, everything that you can imagine. Anything that you can imagine, you can have. Anything. Which is why people are getting calmer. Because there's 144,000 people at least, listen, at least, who have prayed to God to save them from what they're going through. Now, listen, some of them don't know what they're going through. Well, they know what they're going through, but they don't know who's doing it. They didn't know who was doing it, but they know who's doing it now. They knew they were suffering. They knew they were having hard times. They knew that things weren't working well for them. They knew they were in a bad place. They've done the dark night of the soul, all of that. But now they know who and why, who and what was happening to them and why. They know that now. And they know they're already ready to receive the abundance that is going to come from the people that have done it. So whatever it is that the effort that was worth the cold that they were in, the bad life that they had, the shit life that they had, the suffering that they went through, their effort of getting to where they are now, they're chosen, their effort is worth that cold. My cold. What's been done to me through my life, my effort to get where I am today has been worth it. And their effort has been worth it. And your effort, the people that have done these bad things, are going to see you go through what they went through. Because you didn't do the right thing. Now there is someone, we know who that is, that was supposed to help, that was divinely guided through the spiritual journey to do the right thing. That person we were supposed to have faith in. That person was going to protect the finder. And some people came along and decided that they would be a little bit naughty, and now things have gone pear-shaped. That person didn't hold up their end of the bargain with their twin flame. With the person that was sent towards them to give them everything they wanted. To give them heaven on earth. To give them the ability to be the teacher for this planet. To be able to have that bridge, that rainbow bridge. But that didn't fall to them now. So that bridge has gone to somebody else. Unfortunately, there are many people around the world now who have gone through similar things, not necessarily the thrill of the chase, but similar things where the people that were supposed to be there to help them tried to destroy them because they were fearful that that person was going to take their place. When in fact, that person was always a student and they were always going to be the master. And they were always going to be the teacher. A bit like Eric Sloan and Forrest Fenn. A bit like Forrest Fenn and Douglas Preston. So things changed. And now the student has become the master based on the information that was given and listened to and understood, to the point that the rainbow bridge has been crossed, to the point that the locked doors are open, to the point that there's nothing else to do. Which means, that God's abundance is in the 3D as opposed to the spiritual, as opposed to the virtual. It's becoming real. You know what that means. And God's abundance, whilst it was a marvel, whilst it would have been a marvel to look at, there's more than that now. Everything that's been taken is now part of that abundance to be handed out. Somebody talked the other day about so many billionaires that there's enough to give, everybody in the world something. Now, I don't say that that's going to be the case going forward. Going forward, and Trump's already started something, the veterans all around the world, every single fucking one, all around the world, those people that were prepared to die for their country will be having a place to go that will be looked after in the best possible way. These people, you people, some of you in chat, are so give me a word, are so patriotic to those men and women who have, served the country. You have so much admiration for them, and yet they walk the streets. Crazy. Nobody should be homeless. So going forward, there's going to be nobody on the streets. It can't happen because there won't be any cash in anybody's pocket. So there can't be anybody on the streets. There'll be no homeless children. The children will be looked after. There'll be no battered and bruised women or men. They will be looked after. The medicine will be the right medicine. It won't be this big pharma. The world's going to change. The world is going to change. And every person every single one who runs a country, don't care what country it is going to be responsible for those people. Every single person who is in charge of a country is going to be responsible for those people. That includes the person at the top and those people beneath them. For us, Parliament. For you, senators, governors. There is a governor, is it New Orleans? I can't remember. A governor who will be outed, or probably already outed, I don't know. A governor who will be outed for some naughty things. So those people all around the world will be responsible for that. That doesn't mean to say that people are going to have to pay taxes to pay for it. That means they're going to have to think of or find a way or work with other people who already do charitable work, and they will be vetted for those people that don't earn money, billions, millions, like this priest in this fake church. They don't earn millions by running a charity. This charity, the money that's given, in Trump's case, the immigration money going to the veterans. Those sort of things will be happening around the world. Plus, whatever God's abundance is, some of whatever that is, will be put into helping in those things. Children, veterans, women, animals, whatever, however it is. I'm just telling you the truth. This is what's going to happen going forward. You don't have to believe a single word that I'm saying. I don't give a shit, but it's going to happen. Now, you had the chance to give up the money, that you've stolen, all of it, the property, the money. I don't just mean the property that we'll talk about in the chase. I'm talking about all around the world. You had the chance to give that up, the land, in order for people to, enjoy nature. This seed in the skies and trying to stop the angels coming through, or whatever it is, whatever you bloody bullshit you plan, dude. Chemtrails or whatever it is, all that bullshit's going to stop. This manipulated weather is going to stop. Mother Gaia is going to sort out our world and try and get it back on track after you people try to destroy it and blame greenhouse gases and all this bullshit that you've come up with. So all of this is going to change. All of it's going to change. You don't have to believe a single word that I'm saying. But I tell you now, I am only telling you the truth. I don't give a shit what you say. I don't give a shit what you say. I'm going to get the information from those people that have been here for thousands of years ago. Those people are going to give us the information. Those people, you know them. You people have been around for thousands of years who do your black magic spells and everything else. You know who I'm talking about. They're back. You thought you killed them all. You thought you got rid of them all. You thought whatever it is that you thought, didn't happen. Didn't happen. It did not happen. This matrix that you created is finished. So as that film went, victoire, 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 victory. Not for you. So you had lots of time, loads of time, 5 years. 5 years to stop what it was that you were doing with the chase and everything else. You had 4 years to stop embezzling money, however you want to term it. After getting information, had 4 years to stop that, and then up till December 2024, when you should have done something and didn't, and February 2025. So, in the chase, I'm talking about the chase. I've asked for the truth to come out from those people that are withholding the truth. They're withholding it. They know what the truth is. They come up with a whole load of lies. I've asked for that to come out. That truth is going to come out. It's already being heard, but it's going to come out. You had the chance to come out and say it, put your side of the story across, explain, be honest with yourself, because part of your healing, not mine, I'm healed. Part of your healing would be that. It would be that you came out with the truth. That you expelled it. Like it wasn't the burden anymore, for the chase. For everything else, it's the same thing. You're supposed to come out with the truth in order to help you, not me, not the people around the world. They're going to get the truth anyway. They're going to get it. Remember, please fucking listen. I'm doing this for you, not for me, not for all the other people as well. Whatever's going to happen, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. You can fight it all you want. It's going to happen. Everything that you do is already known. We know what you're going to do. It'll play out the way that it's supposed to play out. It's for you to give yourself the forgiveness that you want of other people. Because I don't want people to suffer. But you're suffering because of yourself. So therefore, my hands, they're clean. I don't care. I did what I could do. I did everything that I could do. I tried to help you, which I wasn't supposed to do. I was not supposed to help you. You were supposed to do this on your own, like us 144,000 did. Had to do it on our own. I offered you help. I offered you love. I offered you friendship. I gave all of that to you, and I didn't have to, and I shouldn't have. But I'm not that sort of person. I am not you. I am not you. So I offered you help, and you ignored me. And you thought you could tear me down, and you thought, not just me. When I say me, I talk about all of us. You thought we were insignificant, and you thought you could just get rid of us, like you did some others. You made them take themselves out, or you poisoned them. We know everything that you did. Everything that you did. Because we have expert testimony, the people that you did it to. For your own, some of you haven't got soul, but for those that still have a soul, for your own soul, for their sake, you're the person, you are the only person that can forgive you and save you. Like, you have to go through that process. You have to do it. Otherwise, you can't be saved. You have to do it. You're the only person that can. You're the only person that knows you. You're the only person that can go inside yourself and find all of those things. And more importantly, the only person that's going to want to do that for you. You're the only one. You're the only one that can do it. You are the only one that can do it. And I've given you every chance to do it. Every chance. The fact that you haven't, I don't care. I used to cry. Absolutely used to cry. I used to fucking cry. It used to eat me up because nobody was listening. It used to eat me up inside. And now I don't care, because no matter how many times I tried, you, Aquarius woman, you know who I'm talking to. And the others, not just you. I know what the reason is. I know what the reason is. But you should have fought, and you should have tried to be human. You should have tried to be more than that being made you. I don't hate you. I don't hate anyone. But you're still trying to destroy me and others like me. You're still trying to destroy me. And you're still blaming me for everything that you did. Everything that you did. And Leo, man, trying to blame me. I don't get it. I do get it. I understand. And, I don't hate you. You did what you did, and you will be judged, accordingly. But for those who still have a soul, only you can save you. Missed everything. Dave Woodard's actions. Oh, I don't know what I'm missing. Dave, hey, Davey B. Looking after the vets was awesome news. Dave is suing everyone, non-stop suing. Once I dangled Justin Treasure in front of him with no comic book solution, he may just call him. Oh, Robert, how are you? Just realised it was you. Quicksand Hole. I missed stuff there. Dave Woodall's actions. Yep, I can't stop laughing. Trump is awesome. I wish we had him here. Yeah, I think most of the world would wish that they, and I've said it for ages, so, I'm not going to shy away from saying it again. I'd have him as our, Prime Minister any day of the week. The problem is, and this is what we overlook when we say it, he doesn't give a shit about my country because he's not English and he's not Australian and he's not German and he's not French. He gives a shit about America because he's American. And that's why he fights the way that he does. And that's why he's the person that he is, because he cares. And those are the sort of people we need running countries. And if those people in charge of those countries don't want to do it in a way that is a caretaker role of that country that does the very best to maintain it and the people in it, then they will be removed. They will be removed from the job that they have. Not by me. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. But something will happen. Something will happen, and they will be removed. That's just the way that it is. Because seriously, I don't care where you believe God is. I really don't. Whether you believe he's up there in the clouds or in your mind or out your backside. I don't care where you believe he is. He exists. Mum exists. They are very powerful. Very powerful. And they will, listen, they're bringing creation back. They're doing it. They're doing it. They have the power to do it, and they're going to do it. And they're not going to destroy the world. They're not going to kill everybody in order to do that. It's not going to happen. There's not going to be a flood. Well, just saying. I'm just saying. We have a chance to make this world right. We have a chance to make it right. Those people that have made it wrong have a chance to help make it right. They have a chance to help make it right. It may not, give them the trillions or the billions or whatever that they have now, but they can still have a good life. Probably. I don't know. I'm not, the judge. But it's going to be a lot better for them if they help. It's like, in the olden days in the West or, well, wherever, when they were going across America, they would all join together and build a house and a barn for each other and whatever. That's what it's going to be like. People working together, living together. Not that we have to go and build barns and everything, but it's that sort of camaraderie and, closeness and togetherness. And we'll probably get back to those days where you can leave your door open, and just talk across the fence and enjoy each other's company and those sort of things. As opposed to now, too scared to walk down the street at night, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. And it won't be, it's okay. You can steal, $999 worth of stuff. We won't, prosecute you. If you steal 9 cents, you're going to get prosecuted. Even if it costs more to prosecute you than the 9 cents you stole, you're going to know what it's like to do something wrong and get punished for doing something wrong. No one's going to go around doing things wrong and think that it's okay, because it's not. It's not okay. It's not okay. I'd rather spend £10,000 if it meant prosecuting someone for doing something wrong, illegal, not wrong, illegal. I'd rather spend £10,000 to make them suffer on behalf of whoever they stole the 9 cents from. I don't care. Or the £9 from, whatever it is. Because it shouldn't exist. It shouldn't happen. There's no need for it. There's no need for it. So if everybody has what they want, they're not going to steal anything. They're not going to, take anything from someone. And if they do, there's going to be a heavy penalty. It was, bread and water. You get chained and you have bread and water. I'm not saying that I want to go that far. Not me, but, the way that the world is going to progress. But it's not going to be an easy life if you're a criminal. And the whole point is no criminals. There's no need for criminals. they don't have a life where they need to do something that's wrong, and they understand the consequence of doing something that's wrong. So 15 years from now, there's going to be a few children, babies, whatever, who will be the new evolution of the human race, who will be able to help us change the world, because they will, just like the technology that we use today, the children are better at using it than we are, us old people, or most of us old people. They're better. So these young children that are born into this new world will be better at using, the gifts that God gave us. And whilst we can, it's like an old football player teaching a young kid. They have the experience of doing it, but they don't have the legs and the what's the name left. And when they teach the new younger version, they're faster, they're quicker, they're bigger, they're stronger, whatever it is, how it evolves. You know what I'm trying to say. So these kids are going to be able to it's going to sound wrong, but increase productivity. They're going to be able to make things happen better, do more wondrous things, like God said. There are others that are going to come that are going to do more wondrous things than I. So those, the new human race, our new evolution from the Homo sapiens, we evolved to this, and then from this we'll evolve to something else, and our life will be a little bit different. That's what I see, and I don't care whether you believe that or not. I don't care. I know that it's true. I know that it's true, and I'm telling you that it's true. And everything that I've said so far has been true. I haven't lied to you. I haven't tried to embellish anything. Just told you how it is, and that's how we move forward. And I would say 2025, the age of Aquarius, or whatever it is you want to believe, the year of the dragon, or whatever it is, that's going to be a good year for the human race. And within 2 years, certain things are going to happen. And within 15 years, we'll have a new world. I wish, oh geez, my pants keep falling down. Uh-oh. We call pants like your underwear. Are you talking about trousers? Or, probably tracksuit bottoms or something. I try not wearing any most of the time. I'm losing weight. That's probably because you've been here long and I've bored you to tears, and you cried that many, you've lost weight. Uh-oh, Huska, how you doing? Mr. Retracting Message. Probably shouldn't air my sticky business here, though. Ugh. Yeah, I don't want any sticky stuff here, mate. Sticky business. Ah, very good. I bet he's watching. Who's he? Who's he? There's only 6 people in. I don't think he is, because I can see Tigger, Davy B, Huska, me. I don't know who else was here. Rob was here. I don't know if he still is. So I don't know if Richard's still here. Luli, hi Luli, how you doing? I didn't know Luli was here. Bill is here. That's about the 6, isn't it? Luli, Bill, Davy, Tigger, Rob, Huska. That's it. God, I've got 6 people in and 4 likes. And I'm going to do this again because I know how to do it now. Move that text flipping box and smack the hearts and the flowers. Anyway, you probably don't believe anything that I'm saying, and it's okay because it's a bit weird, and I'm not bothered one way or the other. But I know that things have been happening. I know that within the chase and around the world with certain prominent people, and that will keep happening. And more and more people will be held accountable for the wrongdoings that they're doing. The tunnels will be closed. What's happening in the Philippines. or people from the Philippines. The New Orleans, Texas, New Mexico, Mexico, both Mexico and New Mexico, Washington, Alberta, Canada, Alabama, Colorado, Ohio, Utah, Wyoming, Oregon. Did I say Oregon? Oregon, Washington. Have a governor amongst some of those. Michigan. Is it Michigan? Michigan. See? Michigan. Boston and Michigan, or just Michigan. I got Boston and Michigan, but I think it's just Michigan. Philadelphia. Wow, Philadelphia. Oh, Philadelphia, eh? Look at it. Philadelphia. China. Sweden, Germany, Spain. Wow, they're all over. Australia, New Zealand, UK. They're everywhere. Crazy. I've done this to try and help people, and people don't want to be helped. So, I say I don't care. Of course, I care to the point that I hope people listen. So up to that point that I hope people listen, I care. If they don't listen, I don't care. I care because I've done more than I should do, more than I need to, not should, more than I need to. I've done more than I need to. And if I only get to one person and they don't suffer in the way that they're going to suffer, then that would have been worth it. But I don't know. I don't think I'm getting through because there's some people that are still like they've got nothing, and they still want to do it. They still want to get the finances and hurt me or someone else, because they think that we are the problem and it's them that are the problem. Like they created everything on themselves and trying to blame someone else. Check out my music, Alchemised Love Topics, on YouTube. But it's not like I've listened to some of it. Like it's different people, isn't it? It's not just you, Tigger, is it? Or it doesn't sound like just one person. Mario, I am counting my booty reward for Dave. Oh, I saw Barbara did a video as well. I haven't watched, like I said, I haven't watched it, but I saw it come up as a notification. So that surprised me. It's like, oh, Barbara Anderson. I thought she disappeared. Just that. The heck is that? My phone was making some strange noises downstairs, so I don't know why, because it's not a tone that I use. So it must be trying to tell me something, which, I didn't understand. And I still don't understand, so. I feel like the Space Needle will fall soon. You're bad Mac. Bad Mac. Mac is back. Oh, McQuaid, you're bad. I don't. I understand why they're doing it, but it's just crazy. It is crazy. Like, you'd think once you dug the hole deep enough, you'd stop. Some people just can't stop. It's like, oh, I've got nothing left to lose anyway. Yes, you have. Absolutely, you have. You're just creating a worse scenario for you. I'm not being funny, but there are mental issues there. Just there is. That's not me being funny or clever. They just are, and you know. And some will go so far as to say possession, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna fight anyone. I don't need to fight anyone. I'm not gonna get angry. I'm not gonna be all these things that you want me to do. I'm not gonna be doing. It's just like you're just wasting your time. Not just me. All of us. It's the same mentality. The balance, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, the yin and yang, whatever it is, the dark and the light, it's all balanced. And we're all aware of what the consequences are of whatever it is you're trying to do. So they're all going to call their power back, always. Their energy, always. They're going to rebuke anything that comes, their way. They're going to go through their cleansing rituals. They're going to do all of these things that are going to stop you. But in all of that, God is protecting all of them. And he's protecting them with Archangel Michael and the rest of them. Now, I don't care what religion you believe. I'm pretty certain you all know about Archangel Michael. And I'm pretty certain you don't want to mess with him. I'm absolutely certain that you don't want to mess with him. And if you don't believe me, go and ask the devil. Go and ask the devil if you want to mess with Archangel Michael. You don't. And he's been given authority over you people that are attacking, the chosen. Because, like I say, some of the stuff in the Bible's right, true, correct, whatever, and some not so. But don't touch my anointed. Like, you all know it. I'm sure everybody knows that. Like, they know that saying, touch not my anointed. No weapon formed shall prosper against you, whatever. I'm sure you know those little bits. And it's like, I don't know how, nothing's working. You've been told. Worse than that, you've been told not to do it because it won't work and it'll be worse for you. Crazy. They had just reopened. What had just reopened? McDonald's? What's just reopened? I must have missed half of the other stuff up there. I haven't been following his delusions. That dude needs some serious therapy. Yeah, there's a couple that need some therapy as well. They really don't like me. Well, one of them likes me and doesn't like me. One of them likes me but hates me, and the other one just hates me, I think. I don't know. I don't get what goes through their heads. I'm going up to the marina soon. Oh, that used to be a program. Trump is God's David. Yes. Yes, he's already started. And I'm hoping that, I may have influenced something, I don't know. But I was right about the Pope. I'll be right about what's going to happen, next. I'll be right about Russia, Iran, Ukraine, Turkey. Is it Turkey? Obviously Israel, that sort of stuff. Like, this world there's going to be some hard times before there's some good times, obviously, because it's got to change. But if everything we've been taught is a lie, which it just is. If everything we've been taught is a lie, that means every country around the world needs a new curriculum. It's just that simple. It really is that simple. Like, evolution is not what we've been told it was. It just isn't. Our life going forward is going to change a little because there's information that has to be taken out and information that has to come in that is truthful, and we'll be able to know exactly where we came from, exactly how we got to where we are, and exactly where we're going forward. And that's what the Most High God wanted originally, and for all realms. Like, I'm talking as though it's just Earth, but it's not just Earth. Don't think that it's just Earth. There's other realms, other worlds, other places that need attention, possibly need attention. I don't know, I haven't been there. But I have asked that these beings help us, all beings. I don't care whether they are the dragons, whether they are the fairies, whether they're the otter spirits or whatever. I say the fairies, the fae. The people that helped Arthur. I mean Merlin. I mean the people that, the Lady of the Lake and those sort of things. I've asked that everybody, the devil and, the dark entities, help get us back on track to stop this destruction of creation. And, there's, I was saying about the Lgbtq, there's somebody who has an agenda which has to be stopped, and that's going to be stopped. And that person is going to be called out. And, if ever they see this, they'll know who they are, and they'll know what the agenda was, they'll know what they did, and they'll know why they're going to get karma. It's that simple. And that priest too, and that rapper too, and that music person too, and that movie person too. Now, I know there's a billionaire out there who I think is on my side. So thank you. I know there's someone out there who is doing their utmost to help me, and for that I am truly grateful. Like, way more than I could ask for. I also know there are what's the word? Agencies out there who those that are helping, thank you. Those that were against, not so much. I know there's a trooper out there that and military people out there that a judges, no, lawyers, no. Like, there's some people that really didn't have my best, not just my best interest, but other people's best interests at heart, that should have done the right thing, that didn't. But some people came along, obviously, Mom and Dad said, "Oi, these people need help," and this person woke up and answered the call and has done, more than anyone could ask for, to be fair. And I'm sure we're going to get to meet, and I can't wait. I can't wait to find out if I know more than you or if you know more than me. Probably know more than me. You're probably closer to God than I am. I don't know. Some people would say that I'm, really close to God, but I think we're all close to God if we allow ourselves to be, and He loves us all equally. So, we're all His children. Yes, you can, as long as you can sit down. Vivian, where have we come up with that name for? I did throw my back. I did throw my back out the other day, putting my socks on. Sitting down isn't the preferred method. I prefer to squat. What? I don't know. Dave may be found at Warm Springs Hotel one day. If you can find this place on a map. Uh-oh. I squatted many of time, even with spurs on. Don't squat with your spurs on. Yeah, but as long as you didn't do it because you had your spurs on, that's okay. It'd be a bit worrying if it was like, oh, I've got my spurs on, I'm just going to squat. That would be a bit worrying if that was your intention. To be spurred. Oh, that must be the spurred on bit then. Yeah, have some hearts and some happy faces and some shocked faces for sitting down with your spurs on and some flowers. So yeah, I'm definitely, I love everyone, but I love women. Like, I can't tell you how much I love women for every aspect of them. Apart from the nagging, I suppose. Other than that, every aspect, because they just keep it all together. Even when they're not keeping it together, they keep everybody else together. But sometimes it's like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Arthur is buried in Brittany. King Arthur we're talking about. Vivian. The Lady of the Lake. Yes, sorry. Yes, you're right. You're right. Indeed. Yes. Sorry, Lady Vivian. Yes. So I just saw Vivian there. I was wondering what was that in context with. But yes, very good to get yes. The Lady of the Lake. And the Fae that helped Arthur was the Fae, wasn't it? As opposed to like some beings, whether they dragons or Fae or whatever else, have been given bad reputations, but in reality, I don't think they're bad. And so the way I look at it is a load of lies have come out, and they have to be lies because they don't make sense. So when you look at the Fae and the dragons and everything else, then you look at like tarot readers who are like Christians don't like tarot readers, and it's like, hang on, tarot readers get their information from the spirits, like the Holy Spirits, who have come from God, and He's God has asked them to give people information because those people that He wants to get the information to don't hear Him and don't listen to Him. So, me personally, I think, well, hang on then. Surely, if you want to be closer to God, and you believe in the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, the Spirit, who's talking to these people and giving them information, surely you should listen to a tarot reader. A good tarot reader. I'm not talking about these bullshitting black magic bullshit people. I'm talking about an honest to goodness tarot reader who hears the truth and tells you the truth and doesn't just try and take your money. So a real tarot reader, a white magic tarot reader, whatever you want to call it, don't care, is getting information from source, which God, universe, whatever, doesn't matter. He's getting information from source, which is to aid you in your life going forward. Like, that's their purpose. Literally their purpose. They have no other purpose than to tell you, if they're truthful and honest and real, which we'll probably see going forward. There'll be lots of them. They are there to guide you with the word of God. Listen, whether that is the God that you think of, the Christian God or the Hebrew God or whatever, doesn't matter. It's source, one God, the creator, the highest God, the king of the most high mountain. Whatever you want to flip and believe, I don't care. But there is only one God, which is the one source, which is the one consciousness, which is where we get the spirit and everything else and the words that we hear. We get that from God. And he tells people who want to listen to what he has to say and who are close enough to him that will do what he asks of them. To the point that when he asks them to do it, whatever they're doing, they will drop and they will do that. To me, outside looking in, just for the truth, they, to me, seem closer to God than any fucker that has a church and stands up in a pulpit and gives me a whole load of bullshit. Because that information, listen, something pops out, a card pops out of nowhere, pops out, and has information on it, albeit, divine, feminine, masculine, don't know whether it's male or female bullshit, pops out. And you could go on YouTube now and you will hear the same story from all of them. Same cards. The exact same cards coming out from all of them. Doesn't matter which one you listen to. It'll be the exact same story. That's impossible. It's impossible. If you had a game of cards and you were playing cards, each time you dealt that deck, different cards come out. Hundreds of tarot readers. Shuffling the pack, cards flip out, and it's the same cards, and it's the same story. That's impossible. Can't be a coincidence, which means, I'm just going by the truth, which means something more powerful than us, more powerful than what we can think, more powerful than what we can choose to believe, is flipping them cards out. Something is flipping them cards out for them to be the exact same cards, telling the exact same story about what is happening. Now, to me, that's more believable than all of those sacred texts that you've got put together. To say that there is one powerful source that says, look, here's some information that I need the whole of planet Earth to have. I'm going to put it on this platform and it's going to be the same story. The exact same story. And I'm going to tell the whole world this story through those people who believe in me. Those people that believe in me, that read these cards, that hear the spirit. I'm going to tell them a story. I'm going to make them cards read the same story. And they're going to tell the whole world. And everybody's going to know exactly what went on. And they're going to know the power of God. Because there is no fucking way. Never in a million years. You have 2 games of cards and it won't be the same cards that you get. No way. It won't. Like you'll have one hand, oh look, I've got 3 aces. Oh, 3 kings. Oh, 3 queens. Oh, and then deal, another load, and it's totally different. Totally different. That's why, people who play poker, you have different cards all the time. All the time. You'll never sit down at a game of poker and then, oh yeah, I had these before. Oh, I had these that hand before. Oh, I had these. Oh, I had these. You won't get the same story. Although you might get 4 cards and a joker or a fool. So I believe tarot's closer to God than anything that I've come across. 100%. Anything that I've come across, I believe that those cards are influenced by a power that I can't. No way. There's just no way. And half the time they shouldn't even come out like that. It's like if you shuffle cards, they just now and again they might, catch and flip. But these, like they just shoot out. Like, oh, what's that one say? So why Christians don't believe in it, I don't know. But I have no idea that Christians don't believe in tarot because they think it's something to do with the devil. What? What? Why would the devil want people to know a story that is going on in the world right now? Literally the same story that's going on right now that is going to make the news. The whole world's going to know, and it's being told on every kind of platform. And I'll go so far as to say, if anybody from the FBI or the CIA or whatever watches this, if you're stuck on a case, ask God, ask him, say, God, point me in the direction of a witness or evidence from a tarot reader, and then go on, and the first, whatever it's called, caption that you come across, click on that, and that'll probably be your answer. If you truly believe, just tell me, give me some information, some evidence about a case that I'm on, and you're a believer in God, he will give you that answer and tell you. Because I can tell you now, there are a lot of cases that I've heard, a lot of things that I've heard, where the witness is the victim. So the victim is the person talking about the crime, what happened, who it was, and that's crazy. And that's why some police go to those, some police forces go to those types of people to ask about cold cases and stuff like that. Now, that in itself says there must be a higher realm and a more powerful being. When people can solve cases because the victims told them what happened. It's like, how does that happen? People think once you're dead, you're dead. Well, obviously not. Obviously not. And you're not just stuck in the ground or, burnt or whatever. You still exist. You must still exist. Otherwise you won't be able to talk to someone and tell them, like, this is the person that killed me. This is the person that poisoned me. This is the person that drove me off the cliff or drove me to kill myself or whatever it is. Anyway, I'm going to go. Vivian was a fae, yes. She raised the children. Yes, Morgana was taught. Yes, 100%. And that's what I've just been talking about. This is how life will be going forward. But Morgana wasn't bad originally, was she? Like, in most cases, and we don't know if that's the whole truth, probably was. We weren't there though. But in most cases, those people that do that, they start out good. They start out innocent, and then something happens and it's like, oh, I'm angry. So she got angry for whatever happened, and she became evil Morgana with Mordred. Is that his name? Can't remember. Anyway, the one that killed Arthur. And Merlin had, his own dragon, which was a good, wise dragon. And it makes you wonder why none of that history is known. Like, it's all been wiped out. The 11th century, the Middle Ages, whatever, the Dark Ages, whatever it is. And they weren't dark times. It's just that we don't have no information. Why is that? We have no information about that time in history because it's probably in the Vatican, some of it. Sometimes there are people in power who choose to hide events that happen. I was talking about that king the other day. Don't anybody say about, this angel killing all my men. People in power decide that, they have the right to deny the future people their history because it doesn't suit them, which is the world we're living in. Those people think they have the power to do whatever they want, and they think they have the power to manipulate the media and tell us a whole load of lies and make us believe it, or false flag and not tell us the truth about certain events that are going to happen, certain events that will happen, where they won't actually tell us the truth of what is really happening. But we know what's really happening, and we know the true story as opposed to the story that you're going to put out very soon about what really went on. Also about certain people who've been found out to do not very good things, why they're not around as much, because they don't want people to know. But those people will know. People will know. The truth will come out, as for everyone. It will come out. Especially that couple that have done their very best to not have people know, and especially that priest, and especially that rapper, and especially that person that is wondering whether I will tell what it is that I know, because you watch and you wonder if I will tell what I know about you. And at some point, if you don't, I will. It's just the way it is. And I won't tell. I'll put the information on the screen so you know, or well, you already know, that I know some, and there'll be a bit more and a bit more and a bit more until the point it gets to the point where it's told. Because I don't want people to suffer. I don't want people to get that backlash without them having the chance to be prepared and take ownership of it without being victimized because of it. So whilst you're going to get heat if you own up to it, it's a lot less than it is if it's just there. Like, wake up one day, you open you won't even open your newspaper, it'll be on the front. You wake up one day and there you are on the front of the newspaper, and there's people, knocking at your door and throwing stuff through your window and stuff like that. It's a lot easier if you just, I don't want to say it like this, but even if you did it with tears and stuff like that, and just told people, accepted it, and then hid away, rather than, because you're going to have more people chasing you if it's just blurted out than if you in the public eye owning up to it. It's just the way it is, especially this couple. Like, they're screwed, but it is what it is. I hope you had a nice Mother's Day. Yes, I hope everybody had a nice Mother's Day, even if you're not a mother. Forrest didn't believe in a particular God. His faith was in the mountains and rivers. He loved nature and his spirit ran wild. I wish more folks believed in what he did. Well, I think Forrest did believe in a God. I think he believed that he was God. And that's why your faith is in the mountains along the river bottoms where the fair is, that we've just been talking about, go to play. Very spiritual, and I'm starting to understand, why you can hear the trees talking and the grass talking and the babbling brook, and why getting out into nature grounds you, and brings you closer to God. Why sitting under a tree, all of those things are very spiritual, that Forrest was talking about, to the point, the tree of life and everything. And even being Braven in the Wood could be a spiritual tarot card event, or just tarot in general, Braven in the Wood. So, and look it up. I'm not lying. Like, you look up spiritual and look up Brave in the Wood, and you'll see it's there. It's flipping there. And Tarot Scout and Marvel Gaze and all other stuff, Brave, everything. The majority of what Forrest was talking about was a very spiritual thrill of the chase. And not that that's what the chess was. The chess wasn't spiritual. The chess was where I said it was. And the answer is something different than the chest. And then the lie came out about Jack, which is bull. And the poem was written by God. Whether Forrest knows that or not, I don't know. Somebody may have told him to write it, directed by God, coming to Forrest, whoever you believe Forrest to be, and could have explained that, there's stuff there. And I don't know how much Forrest knew about whatever, but I do know he was an ascended master. He had a good ranking in regard to the spiritual realm, and it may be that he lost it because of what happened in 2020 onwards. And that bridge, has been found. Not found. That rainbow bridge has been crossed, and that door has been opened because God allowed it to happen. And that might have been where Forrest was stuck. He might have been stuck because he couldn't get the bridge and he couldn't get the door open. But it is what it is. Oh boy, a carnival! Woo! Keep you lamps filled with oil. Forrest had a great imagination, a huge heart. Hope no one has lost sight of that. See you later, Tigger. I'm going as well because it's 02. Oh, look, countdown. Whoopee! So that's 0201, and then there's 0. Oh, I wonder if the volcano is another spiritual thing, which is on Stoof. OR, the red OR. He was more than just a guy that hid a treasure. He got us all out in nature looking for something that we didn't know we needed to understand, something that was all... Well, it was inside of us. The treasure's inside of us. The treasure is God, to be fair, but the treasure is the sun, isn't it? The God particle, the sun particle, whatever, however you want to look at it. Like Ra is the sun god, and the light inside of us, inside all of us, is the sun, and the light has codes in it, and our DNA, and etc. etc. Like, seriously, I could tell you a lot about all of this stuff, but it doesn't really matter. Like, the average person doesn't need to know about chakras and light particles and DNAs and codes and stuff like that. They just need to know that it's possible to find God, and you don't need to look up. You just need to look in, and you can find God inside you, because that's where he wants to be, and he wants to be close enough to you for you to be able to feel him, touch him, hear him, like be with him, love him, because if you love yourself, you've got every chance of loving God. It's as simple as that. And he'll be there for you. Like he will go to bat for you. He seriously will. Well, these people know that he is. Like he's gone to bat for me. I don't care what anybody says. Absolutely don't care what anybody says. God has gone to bat for me. Like he has taken my burdens and he's walked in front of me and he's gone, get back, get behind me, get behind me. And he says, I dare you to try and get him now. That's what he's basically said. And they did. So he went, nope. What? Cool God is. Like he's the first superhero and probably the best superhero there is. And ain't no one going to take him down or her down or, mum and dad together. Like these people think that they're taking on human beings and they're not. They're taking on the most powerful being ever that ever was and ever, well, I don't know. I can't say ever will be because that wouldn't be the truth. I'm not insulting you. They're your words. So not insulting you. You said others will come that will do more wondrous things than I. Well, hang on. Does that mean more powerful or does that just mean more spectacular? Okay, you're still the most powerful, but they will do more spectacular things. They will do more spectacular things than you. I appreciate him for that. Correct, the fire is inside of us. It is. And that's why you have those terms, those sort of statements. And like if we listen to those, if we listen to those sort of terms, those statements, we get to the truth. Whether you call them old wives' tales or whatever those statements are, you end up thinking, well, why is that? Why did they say that? The fire is inside of us. Like lit the fire inside of us. What does that mean? And then you start thinking about all these things that said. You say, oh, well, that relates to that, and that relates to that, and that relates to that. And pretty soon you have, oh, crap. Like everything as within, so without. As above, so below. Blah, blah, blah. It all comes down to we're the tree of life as well. Like literally, I was talking about the trees being the lungs of the earth. But if you look at our lungs and at our branches, the way we're set up, literally, even when you do drama and that's like, oh, be like a tree. And then branches and, trunk and whatever. So, and we have fruit, the fruit of the loins, blah, blah, blah. All these things that are said, it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense now. That makes sense. Like tell, lie, vision, like telling lies. So tell, lie, vision. So you see the lies. Here are the lies that were given to you because we have to tell you the truth. But in that, here are the lies that we're telling you. So when you watch something like Stargate, in front of you is the truth, hidden behind the lie that is just a program. And we see these sci-fi films and stuff like that, and we think, oh, that's interesting, or I like the thought of that, and yet it really happens. It's really happening. They're not telling you that it's really happening. Or, not that it's really happening, that it really happened years ago, thousands of years ago. These things were possible. Or you see the Game of Thrones and stuff like that, and you, and yet that could have happened thousands of years ago. And they make it seem like it's not real, but it probably was real and probably could be real if you wanted to, bring that sort of reality to life. I'm not saying that you should because, it might be dangerous. So even that statement, be careful what you wish for because it could be true or will be true to the point that you shouldn't call anybody down. You shouldn't speak ill of people and say that, they're not worthy or they're not good, like your kids especially. Like, you want to grow up to be anything, you're a bum, you are. Blah, blah. Just saying, just examples. Not talking about my kids like that, but you shouldn't say bad things because then they'll end up, the universe, God, source, whatever it is you want to, will go, oh, that's what you want. You don't want your kids to be anybody. Okay, then they won't be anybody. So, if anything, you should always praise them up and say, you're going to be this, you're going to be that, and you're going to be something, you're going to be president of the United States, or you're going to be, a doctor, or you're going to be whatever. Instead of saying, oh, you won't amount to nothing, you won't, because you'll, or, you know, oh, my husband's so lazy, he doesn't do this and he doesn't do that, and then you know your husband's so lazy, he doesn't, you know what I mean? Or my boyfriend's this, or and that's what ends up. You know, that's what happens. Or my girlfriend, whatever it is. Anyway, I'm going. Correct the fire as a silent. Ever read The Road by McCarthy? No, I don't do reading, to be fair. Mr. Fenn will be with us forever. People are vessels. Well, in life, last thing and I'm going. In life, everybody should be with you forever, and everybody is your teacher, and everybody is worth being in your life because everybody makes you who you are to help you through the trials and tribulations that you have. It makes you a stronger, better person. If you want to be a stronger, better person, so don't let anything that's bad that happens to you is not a bad thing. Like you think it's bad, but then you need to look at it and say, well, why has this happened, and what can I learn from it? And that brings you to a better place rather than being a victim, which is what these people are trying to make you do. Oh, I'm a victim. I'm a victim. Oh, you call me a he, and oh, I'm a so and so, and this is my pronoun. Oh. Like that's what they want us to be in. It's like, shut up, shut up. No, no, it's not going to be that world. No, it's not going to be that world. No, we're not victims. We don't have to go around suing everybody. We don't have to do this, that, and the other. We don't need it. We don't need to do it. It's not the world we're supposed to live in, but that's the world they want you in. They want you in that low vibration, in that, oh, you know, woe is me, the world is horrible. Oh, I'm never going to survive. Of course you are. You know, people say, oh, I'm not going to survive, and then next day, there they are. Oh, I'm never going to survive this, and the next day, there they are. And the next day, there they are. And the next day, there they are. It's like, well, you obviously are going to survive it because here you are. And you'd have probably been better off if the first time I saw you, you were already knowing that you were going to survive it. So you're going to survive it. It's that simple, because we're all made of enough stuff, if we choose to survive it. It's that simple. You're going to survive it. You're going to survive it. If you want to survive it. If you don't want to survive it, then you won't survive it. But if you do want to survive it, get off your ass, do what you need to do, and survive it. And learn from all of those things that you said, oh, I'm never going to survive this. Learn from it. Carry on. Do another day. Do another day. And pretty soon, you know, life's good. Hey Kiwi, yes, people are vessels. We're just water bags. That's what we are, or meat bags. Whichever way you want to look at it, I don't care. Right, and that might be what Lady Gaga was trying to get at when she dressed herself in meat. We're just meat bags, and if it weren't for our soul, we'd still be chucking spears and stuff around. Seriously, like we wouldn't be able to communicate like we do now. We wouldn't understand half the things that we understand now. We wouldn't move the way we do. We wouldn't have the technology that we have, because all of a sudden, out of nowhere, in a couple of hundred years, like thousands of years, we didn't progress hardly at all. Then all of a sudden, whoa, hello. Within, 100 years, seriously, within 100 years, look at us. Look at us within 100 years. 100 years ago, the first plane took off. Well, a bit more than that, but you know what I mean. Within 100 years. And then 100 years before that, you're struggling to get a wheel. It's crazy. And all of a sudden, like, we're doing all these crazy things. And we have this technology that's unreal. And we have these people out there that are using fake telepathy and pretending they're God and talking to people and remote viewing and astral projecting and blah, blah, direct energy weapons and all that sort of stuff. Oh, no, it's not working. Why isn't it working? So you, Mr. Military Person, you, naughty, very naughty. they're doing all this stuff. It's like, where's all that come from? Tesla was right. People underestimate these individuals that have given us information that could have brought this about earlier. But then all of a sudden, those people go missing. They go missing. But at least now, if I go missing, everyone will know. Everyone will know who's to blame. Everyone will know who's to blame. And the worst thing about it for you is, I don't think I'll ever go missing. You might. Uh-oh. Huska has retracted again. He's getting good at this. Anyway, I've got to go. So we are vessels, 100%. Meat vessels or water vessels. We are mostly water, which is crazy. It's hard to believe, but we are mostly water. 60% water. Can you believe that? Like halfway up here, which you can't see, but halfway up here, it's worth of water. Crazy. So we're meat bags, and we might be different if the souls were in the monkeys instead of us. They'd probably rule us. The monkeys will probably be in charge of us. That'd be scary. So I thank you for watching again. Oh, look at those, 3:36:39. Oh, it's gone up quick. Thank you for watching. I shall love you and leave you. Again, this is giving people the chance to do their magic, the moon magic, the blah, 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 the things that are supposed to take me out or do whatever it is, or use the voodoo doll or whatever it is that you already regretted doing the other day when you woke up and you were struggling because it didn't work and it backfired and made you worse than you already were, and you didn't even have enough energy then. So it is what it is. Yep. Cheers, Davey. Thanks, mate. Like I say, the reason I'm not talking is because these crazy people, they send monitoring spirits around to find the information, and they know what I mean by that. So anything that I say other than what I'm saying to them, they will know. I don't want them to know. I don't want them to know until I want them to know. Not just for me, but there's other people that have lives to live who are or have been suffering due to these people or different people. Like is it a Robert in the military that's not in the military, in the FBI? In the FBI that is being a bit naughty to someone, and he'll get his comeuppance along with those people that are helping him, and so will this rapper. Not overly local rapper, let's say, not superstardom rapper. They'll get what's coming to them as well, and his posse of people. Thank you very much. Thanks, Huska. It's okay. Thanks, y'all. It's always good to prove that I'm still here. And that, I'm not or, or whatever it is that they're trying to inflict me with. It ain't working. But what they need to worry about is if it ain't working on me and it's got to go somewhere, which one of you, is it going to, I don't mean you personally here, I mean the people that are doing it, who is going to end up with it happening? And remember, I didn't do it, you did it. I'm just pointing out that those are the things that you're doing and I return them to sender, and then you should get them. I don't know, with interest, I suppose. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate the likes. Like I say, I haven't done it for likes. It's amazing. And I look on there and it says like 5 people. And then when I close down, it says like I've got 100 views. And I'm like, well, hang on, there's only about 8 people in. How have I got 100 views? But YouTube is what it is. So thanks, everyone. Take care. Have a good night. Sorry, that person that just joined in. I wasn't. I'm not going because you just joined us.